We are live here on NorCal Sports TV. My name is Max Agress, and I'm joined alongside our production team here. We have our camera operators, Sean Wilkerson and Jason Brown, our producer, Luis R. Angel, and my color commentator, Josh Glatt. Josh, glad to see you here today.
Good to see you.
So we've got a matchup between the 1-2 Cabrillo College Seahawks and the 3-0, 25-ranked Foothill Owls. And that's coming up to you on the other side of this break. You're tuned into Foothill Football here on NorCal Sports TV. So the visiting Cabrillo College Seahawks are a young team trying to turn the page on this football program. So in 2019, they faced the death penalty due to the 3C2A sanctions and actually set them back. So this is the first time they have college football back in the Santa Cruz area. And, I mean, this team is young. Every single player is a freshman except for 2 sophomores on the rosters. One of them will be seen tonight in the defensive backfield. And they had an 0-2 start to start the season, and then finally, last week, they were able to get their first win of the season under the Justin Hansen era. It was a 48-14 victory over Yuba College, an absolute clobbering. The rushing game and the defense, man, they were on full display against Yuba.
Yeah, Max. I mean, the freshmen are kind of the story here for Cabrillo. Last game, both of their freshmen, Kobe Hatton and Willie Valencia, rushed for over 100 yards. Among them, Hatton really carried the load. He ran 26 times, for 196 yards and 3 touchdowns. Valencia, meanwhile, had 27 rushes for 143 yards and a touchdown.
Man, that is absolutely insane. 53 combined rushes between those two freshman backs alone, and they definitely piled up the statistics there. So their defense really bolstered, their defensive line, rather, really bolstered how they were performing that night. 3 interceptions and 8 sacks. They had several defensive linemen with multiple sacks in that game. And, man, we'll see if they can bring some pressure here tonight. So we'll take a quick break and be back on the other side to talk about the Foothill Owls here on NorCal Sports TV.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. Vertical Raise, Foothill Football's #1 choice for online fundraising. Stay Smokin BBQ, Foothill Football's choice for meat. Pro Sports Training, the training that gets you better. Athletic Force, may the athletic force be with you. American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. The NCS TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 5-day overnight basketball camp in the Sierra Foothills for 4th through 12th grade boys and girls. Go to norcalsportstv.com/camp to learn more and to register.
So the 25th ranked Foothill Owls come into this week 3-0 after 3 consecutive blowout victories, and they lead the state in scoring with 59.7 points per game. I almost said 30-something just because, man, seeing 59 points per game is an absurd number. They're top 5 in almost every single rushing and offensive yardage category. And, I mean, it's just crazy to see an American team having a top 25 spot. So if you don't know the way the 3C2A works, you have the national and you have the American, and the American's kind of like the group of 5, where the national is like the Power 5 if you want to compare it to the NCAA Division I. So seeing Foothill ranked at that 25 ranked spot means they are doing absolute work, and you'll hear about it in these stats that Josh is going to set up to you right now.
Yeah, Max, I mean, the running backs are kind of the story also for the Owls. They have 3 very capable running backs under this head coach. Their freshman, Destin Hawkins, has been the premier back. He leads the state, in fact, in nearly every rushing category. He has 8 rushing touchdowns in 3 games. That's #1 in the state. He has 380 yards. That's #3 in the state. And he's averaging about 9.5 yards per rush, which is 2nd in the state.
Ooh, 9.5, man. He's a walking first down.
And he's done it on only 40 carries, which is ranked 25th in the state.
So you're telling me he has all those stats in 40 carries. That's insane.
He sure does. He's efficient, Max.
Yeah, efficient. There you go.
Their other running back, the sophomore running back, Gabriel Herrera, has 35 carries on 268 yards and 2 touchdowns. And their other sophomore, Jaden Frazier, has 29 carries on 176 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yeah,
3-headed monster in that backfield for sure. We saw Jaden Frazier go off against Merced last time we were here on NorCal Sports TV. And at the quarterback position, the Owls will maybe actually make it a change up to their lineup. Freshman quarterback Brady Hutchinson will get his first start of the season against the Seahawks. I mean, up to this point, he's really just been a guy that they put in there to hand the ball off in relief, while Gonzalez kind of handled the lion's share of the snaps for this Foothill team. But after a sizable amount of flash and brilliance, we'll hear more about this after the national anthem. So we'll be back on the other side of the national anthem here on NorCal Sports TV. So, pardon Lady Liberty there. We got cut off by the national anthem. I thought it was going to go off at zeros, but we had it right over here. But now that gives us time to kind of run through the rest of the stats we were talking about. But yeah, I was highlighting the new quarterback for this Foothill Owls team in Brady Hutchinson, who will get his first start of the season against the Seahawks. He's been coming in as a relief quarterback for Gonzalez later in the game, mostly handing the ball off. But now head coach Matt Revillo wants to see what he's able to do. 11 passes on 13 attempts, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns on the season so far. So he's been a pretty efficient quarterback. I mean, you've only had 2 incomplete passes in all these games, so that's pretty good to see. So no knock on Antonio Gonzalez, but the coach just wanted to see what this new quarterback has to offer. So the defense is rocking hard. We don't have quite enough time to highlight them, but man, they are leading the state in almost everything. They've only given up 3 points on the year in terms of defense-wise. The only other points, the only touchdown scored against them this year has come the way of a pick 6 in that Merced game. So Cabrillo won the opening toss, and they chose to receive. So an aggressive Seahawks team coming out, young team, aggressive team, and we're just about ready to get things going here at Foothill. Coming out, kicking it right to left in their red jerseys, red pants, black trim, white numerals, and black helmets. They're going to be kicking it right to left with Ty Goldsberry. And on the other side, it will be the Seahawks coming out, black helmets, white jerseys, black numerals, white pants, and they'll be kicking it that right to left. So Bendo and Rangel are out there, and it's going to be a line drive kick by Goldsberry. This one will go into the back of the end zone. So from the 25-yard line, we'll see what this Seahawks team has to offer here. Rafael Bendo is the quarterback, the 6-foot freshman out of Pacifica, California, went to Terra Nova, and we'll see what he's able to do. Didn't really do much against Yuba, only 5 for 12 with 117 yards passing, but it's just about managing the game for the young quarterback there.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough, Max. This Foothill defense is stout.
Yeah.
3 points allowed total on the season. It's hard to beat.
And in the passing game, they were ranked 3rd, only giving up 133 yards per game. But the one thing, they only have 4 sacks on the season. That's ranked 47 out of 64 teams in the 3C2A. So we'll see if they're able to get pressure against this young team tonight. They'll come out in a spread set. Look, that's Bendo in the backfield. 2 receivers split out to the near side of the field. Foothill with their 4-3 front. It's going to be a handoff up the middle of the field, sneaking past one defender before being brought down after a nice gain of 5 on the play. That was Kobe Hatton on the carry, the 5'9 freshman out of North Monterey County High.
It's a good way to start. Quick and easy 5 yards. Get the momentum going, get the gears turning.
Yeah, and just consistency there. You make it a 2nd and 5, making something manageable for your quarterback. Another shotgun set with the up back off the left-hand side. Bendo awaits the ball. He gets a head-high snap, able to handle that one well. Bounces out to the far-hand side, out to the 30-yard line, and wasn't able to use the lateral speed to get much, only getting half a yard on the carry. So Kobe Hatton, 2 consecutive rushes back-to-back, and it'll be 3rd down and 4.
He looked like he almost had the edge. He was right there, and then out of nowhere, Foothill's corners come up, and a lineman also makes the tackle.
Yeah, that's about it. It's scraping down that line, really sending the pressure, and Foothill really believes in hustling and getting all 11 helmets to the ball. Up back off the right-hand side out of that shotgun set one more time for Rafael Bendo. Bendo, 2 receivers split out to the near side from the far hash mark. He's going to look to pass it, throws out into flats. Wide open at the 30-yard line, makes his way up to the 35, and he's tackled down past the sticks, gets enough yardage for the 1st down.
That was a great play call on 3rd down.
Yeah, 7 yards, just swing it open. Nobody was there in the flats and just capitalized on the missed coverage there.
You make the quick and easy throws, and you convert.
So there you go. Seahawks come out, they take the ball, and they make something happen early on. So from the 39-yard line, Rafael Bendo's going to be there again. Hatton's off his right hip. Though it's a wild snap, goes over the top of his head. He needs to dive all the way down to the 22-yard line before he gets the ball there. So just as they found a little bit of consistency, the snap from Idam Gisek, it goes over his head.
And those are tough. I mean, those are the plays that could kill a drive early on.
Oh, absolutely. Now you were in a good position from the 39-yard line, and it's 2nd down and, man, an eternity from the 24-yard line now. So 2nd down and 25 officially on the field. Up back off the left side. It's another slow snap. Hands off along the right-hand side. Finding a sliver of space along the 30-yard line. And he falls down after carrying a couple different defenders down to the 33-yard line. That's Hatton on the carry once again.
It's a good response. Good way to come back from a fumble that was recovered. It set yourself up for a conversion opportunity here to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, just plenty of space along that side, and you see plenty of Foothill defenders getting to that ball as well. So the snap gets them all the way over to the 33-yard line, but they have a 3rd and long in front of them still. It's about 3rd and 16 from this spot. Working left to right, it's another chest-high snap. Able to handle this one while pressure comes. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to run it himself out to the 35-yard line, and he steps forward, tackled down after only a gain of 5. Bendo is not much of a running quarterback, but he will use his legs when he needs to. But instead, Foothill, after the errant snap, they're able to get off the field themselves. So only gave up 1 first down and a couple yards and a couple play later as Bendo has to leave the field, and we're going to see Aiden Trotter coming out to punt the ball away. So I believe that's actually Juan Arroyo. He plays kicker and punter, so they have 2 different punters on this team. Arroyo is able to get the snap. It's a low punt, and this one is veered out of bounds. Man, we'll see where he got that ball out to. It looks like it's inside of the 40-yard line, so out to the 40. It's only about a 20-yard net punt at the end of the play. Rough spot, but a terrific starting field position for the Foothill Owls.
It almost looked like Foothill had an opportunity to block that punt. Whoever came off the edge there, he was right there. Maybe a dive would have gotten a finger on it. Not that it mattered much.
You're still in terrific field position from the 40 here. So now Foothill comes out at quarterback. We were talking about that switch up. Brady Hutchinson, the 6'1", 187 freshman out of Alkalani's High School. He's going to have the keys to the car this time around, and we'll see what he's able to do. We'll likely see a heavy dosage of Destin Hawkins once again. 21 rushes last week against Gillivan. Hutchinson comes out working right to left. He'll motion his up back from right side to left side here, checking man-to-man coverage. Takes the chest-high snap. He's going to sprint out to his right-hand side. Throws it on the roll. One-on-one route across the field, and that's an incompletion, only his 3rd on the season. He threw the ball up to the far side of the field, trying to hook up with his stud receiver, Jaquan Brackenridge, but it was an incomplete pass.
It was a good choice to go out very first play and just try to gun it downfield, see what's going on. Good coverage by the corner. He was right in the wide receiver's hip.
Yeah, Braden Arnold, number 15 over there, was the corner on coverage. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass here. Foothill comes out in the trips formation out to the far-hand side. And the backfield's Destin Hawkins off the right hip of Brady Hutchinson, working right to left from that near hash mark. 11:27 counting down in this first quarter of play. Chest-high snap, it's a handoff. It's a stretch off to the left side of the field, out to the 45, lowers the shoulder, and a physical run gets the Owls rally out to the 48-yard line after a pickup of 8 from Hawkins.
That was a big collision. Lowered his shoulder, and there it is. There's the contact.
I mean, you have guys diving at your legs. You got to be lower. I mean, the old
low man wins.
Yeah, exactly. The old saying is the lowest man wins there, and that typically plays to the front 7 there, or the offensive, the defensive line. But in that case, Hawkins trying to be the lower man. Pistol set this time around with the up back off the right-hand side. The motion him there. That's Fafita on the motion. Right-hand side, plenty of space, cuts it up along the far hash mark, using his speed to get down inside of the 30-yard line. A huge pickup on 3rd down, and that's a Foothill first down.
All the credit here goes to the offensive line. They opened up a hole right as the handoff was made, and he just had to go right through it.
23-yard rush on the play, and the defensive back, Matt Percival, sorry about that. He was the man to make the tackle as the last line of support there. 10:22 counting down here in this first quarter. Another fast start for Foothill. And I mean, this team has been unstoppable on offense. Last week, they didn't punt a single time. They scored on every single possession they had on the field. Hutchinson out in that shotgun formation. He's going to motion Brackenridge out to the left side slot. Takes the head high snap. He's going to pass it there. Pressure comes across the middle of the field. He tries to hook up with Alex Morrell, but another underthrown pass.
That would have been a tough completion. They had the safety coming over the top. He was well on his way to deliver a hit if he had caught that ball.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where the safety actually came late there, so it was a good read from Brady Hutchinson, seeing the safety come over the top after initially being lined up man-to-man, but Hutchinson unable to connect there. Foothill stomps forward here as they take the field from the 28-yard line. Far hash mark. back off the left side of the line, and Hawkins is still in the backfield with Brady Hutchinson there. Motioning Brackenridge across the rear-hand side, and that's another handoff along the right side. They try to run they try to rush it off the right-hand side. A gain of 6 on the play for Hawkins, so a nice little pickup there, despite the fact that it looked like he had a lot of pressure in the backfield the moment he got the ball.
A lot of yards after the initial contact. He just powered through on that run to gain those extra yards. It looked like it might have been dead the moment it was snapped, or at least right when the line got there. The defense, that is, but it was not a problem.
Abraham Ramirez, the man on the tackle there for Foothill, the linebacker stepping up, filling the gap. But yeah, Foothill, they've shown that they can actually send a lot of pressure. Their 2 interior defensive linemen, Flores Ortiz and Semoza, they've been getting a lot of pressure from that inside position. So it's going to be another pistol set here. The motion Elijah Thomas inside this time. Flags come in. It's going to be a rollout, throw out into the flats, a high ball, but it's handled out to the 20-yard line, and then he's tackled at the 14 there. A nice pickup, and that will be plenty of yardage to get the first down, and that's a 10-yard pickup on the play. Flag is down, though, and it'll likely be on Foothill.
Hey, Hutchinson also took a shot at the end of that play after he threw the ball. And he wanted a late hit or something. He looked up and signaled to the officials. That may not be what happened.
Yeah, maybe that is what the flag on the field is. We'll try to get a pickup in just a moment. It looks like it's on the defense here. And yeah, they're going to march the ball the opposite direction. It's a holding against Cabrillo. They decline the penalty, so once again, Foothill continues to turn forward on this opening drive. Brady Hutchinson, a little bit of ups and a little bit of downs so far, having a lot of support from that running game, and I think that's going to be the best friend of anybody who lines up at quarterback for Foothill here. Tight end lined up along the left side. That's Fufita there. Pistol set once again from Hutchinson from the near hash mark. 14-yard line, another motion there. It'll be another handoff over on the right-hand side. A nice cutback move in the backfield and a change of direction brings the running back Jaden Frazier down to the 3-yard line. He needed 10 to move the sticks, and he got 12 instead.
I mean, the run game is working. At this point, you might not need to go to anything else.
And that's the middle linebacker, Braden DeCousin, in for the tackle. So DeCousin with the tackle, but he's set up in a bad position here. You have one of the best offenses in the state, and they're lined up at the 2-yard line with 8:41 remaining in this first quarter. First and goal, 3 yards from the end zone. Another pistol look here with a double tight end set, 2 on each side, 12 personnel. You'll see a lot of that today. A handoff to Frazier, and Frazier is spun down in the backfield. He had no space there as he ran off the right side of that offensive line, and a good job stuffing that goal line stand for the Seahawks.
Cabrillo was ready for it. They were waiting for it.
Yeah, that was a brilliant job there by Aiden Trotter, the defensive back. He's one of the leaders on this team, 5 tackles, a sack on the year. He's got a fumble return, an interception. He does everything for this for the Seahawks defense. He snuck through one sliver of space along that goal line set, and he was able to make the tackle in the backfield. Tackle for loss for him, and so now it would be 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Shotgun spread with 12 personnel once again for Brady Hutchinson. Hutchinson takes a head-high snap. He throws it out. It's a jump ball along the far side, and he put too much sauce on that dog. Threw it over the top, and that's air mellow to an attempt from Alex Morrell.
Could have been something. There is definitely a mismatch over there on that side. It was just an overthrown ball.
Morrell is a 6'3" receiver out of Piedmont Hills, so he definitely has the size advantage against anybody that they really put out there. Zeke Thomas is 6'4", but other than that, every single defensive back under 6 feet. Man, a 6'4" defensive back, that is a big body back on the bottom of the field right there. Zeke Thomas, one of the lone sophomores on this Cabrillo team. 2 receivers split out wide on each side. Out of the shotgun set is Brady Hutchinson once again. He lines up, takes the 3-step drop, throws the crossing route across the middle of the field, brings it in, and that's the first touchdown of the evening. 5-yard receiving touchdown from Foothill, and that's Elijah Thomas.
That was a perfect pass right into his chest. Couldn't have done it any better.
Yeah, just a pitch and catch at that point right there. Runs it up in there. Just a perfectly breaking inside route from the outside receiver. And Elijah Thomas, the 6-foot sophomore out of Silver Creek High School in San Jose, puts the Foothill Owls up 6-0 with 7:37 counting down. PAT unit on the field. Hernandez, the long snapper, Price, the holder, and the kicker is Ty Goldsberry, crosses the T on the PAT, and Foothill takes their opening possession in for a touchdown. 7:40 remaining here on NorCal Sports TV.
Training, NorCal's #1 speed, strength, and skill training program. In business since 2001. Over 250 scholarship athletes produced. Elite sports performance training for athletes 10 and up. All sports and all positions. Year-round training. Call them at 408-691-1223 to learn more. The training that gets you better. Athletic Force. Athletic Force is a local Bay Area equipment and gear manufacturer. They specialize in uniforms and gear for all sports. 7-on-7, tackle football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and much, much more. Professional service with the best turnaround times in the business. High quality product for fair prices. Call, email, or follow them on social media at Athletic Force 1 to learn more. May the Athletic Force be with you.
Ty Goldsberry ready to kick it off right to left once again. Hatton and Bendo are in the backfield there. Nathaniel Bendo, I believe he's the brother of the quarterback for Cabrillo. Jots forward, kicks it, and that's a big kick by Ty Goldsberry. This one will go to the front of the end zone. It's going to be returned here by Bendo. Bendo takes it up the far hash mark. Starter steps right there at the 25-yard line, and he hits a brick wall of kickoff men for Foothill.
There's a flag
coming.
down.
Yeah, 2 flags came in at the end of the play there. But that looked like one of the big body linebackers, Dylan Stone, coming up for the tackle. He stands 6'3", but man, he was towering above everybody out there. So, man, a lot of dirty laundry early on in this game. It's the 4th game of the season. You're almost halfway through the season. You don't expect all these
this
different
might be
flags coming out.
a bit tougher actually for Foothill because it definitely slows down their pace. It's clear they like to go a little faster, and these flags aren't going to be helpful for that.
No, but when the flag goes against the opposition, Foothill's definitely a
Yeah,
happy
they'll
team, and they'll
take
take it any time. So the return went out to about the 15-yard line, so a 15-yard return there. But after the penalty, they'll walk it back between the hash marks at the 10-yard line here. So second time out, let's see what Rafael Bendo does with his brother's return. Bendo last week 5 for 12, 117 yards, a touchdown and interception against Yuba College. Takes the head high snap, he'll sprint out to his right. He throws into the flats, and that's behind his intended receiver. A.J. Jett was the man that they were trying to target there, but the ball was thrown too far behind him.
May have been a bit of a blessing actually because if he had caught that ball, Foothill was right there. I believe that was number 9 for Foothill, Amarion York. He was right there. If that ball was caught, that might have been a loss of yards.
Yeah, he lost of yards and also taking a bigger hit that you don't need to take. Shotgun spread once again from Bendo. Bendo motions his receiver into the backfield to hand it off to the up back. Off the left side, plenty of space, and man, that is a big hit coming from the safety position. A good run and a pickup of just about 7 yards off the right side from, off the left side of the line. And I believe that is Willie Valencia getting his first carry of the night. But that's a big tackle, making it 3rd down and manageable. 3rd down and 3 after the play. Shotgun spread once again. The motion the receiver across to check for man-to-man coverage. And it's another handoff. Oh, stuck up in the backfield. The pressure came and Foothill's partying in the backfield on 4th down.
I mean, it's kind of one of those things where you know that Cabrillo's running game is working well enough, and Foothill was ready for it. They sent the house on 3rd down and short.
Curtis Francis, the 5'11 sophomore out of Menlo Atherton, coming up for the tackle for loss, and that's a big one, forcing the Seahawks to punt once again. Curtis Price, the return man, he'll line up his heels just inside of the 42-yard line. Now the other side will be Arroyo. He's lined up heels on the goal line. So snap is off. It'll be a directional punt. This one's a better hit punt this time. And it'll be fielded down at the 46-yard line, or pardon me, it's the 44-yard line. Spins out of one tackler, working that sideline, continues to churn forward down to the 29-yard line. Terrific return by Curtis Price.
Good job by Curtis Price. When he caught that ball, it looked a little precarious at first. He had to spin around a bit. He may have misjudged it, but he turned it into a whole lot of something.
Yeah, that was one of the most exciting 12 yards returns I've ever really seen there. That ball looked like a low line drive ball that was destined to bounce around, but instead Curtis Price said, hey, I can field this one. Took it and brought it up the near sideline, broke a couple tackles, and he sets Foothill up with another golden opportunity from the near hash mark here.
The field position for Foothill.
Oh, it's been tremendous. Your average field positioning is plus 40 at this point.
It's ideal.
Yeah. Ideal. I mean, any coach in the nation would take this one. Rolling out to his right-hand side, Hutchinson takes a big shot, but he throws it out to the far-hand side, out to the 10-yard line. He's brought down on top of the numbers there. Another pitch and catch from Brady Hutchinson to Alex Morrell.
Morrell was wide open on the sidelines. I don't know if that was just breakdown
coverage there,
or
yeah.
that was a perfectly called play.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Foothill College inside of the red zone for the second time this evening here. They'll line up along the far hash mark on the 16-yard line. Or pardon me, they're huddled along the 16-yard line, but the ball will be spotted down at the 11-yard line. Huge pickup on the play there by Alex Morrell, moving the chains forward. They'll line up trips out to the far side in the shotgun set. Hawkins is off the left hip of Brady Hutchinson once again. Lone receiver on the near side of the field is Fafita, the tight end. So that'll be an interesting matchup. The 6'2 tight end out of Milpitas. Line up one-on-one at the bottom with the 6'4 defensive back in Zeke Thomas. But a delay of game, or was that a false start or delay of game?
Delay of game.
Catch that? Okay. So it was a delay game, so got a little too excited towards the end of that play. Let the play clock run down. Play clock set back at 25, and it'll be a 1st down and 15 from the 16-yard line. So it's going to be the same formation with trips out to the far-hand side with Brady Hutchinson and Destin Hawkins in the backfield. They'll motion Morrell across the formation. It'll be 2 split wide on each side. Hutchinson, plenty of time to throw. He's going to throw the go route, and that's another ball that's overthrown. This happens from time to time. When you get a quarterback that hasn't been getting the starter snaps, that hasn't been getting all these extra reps in practice, he just doesn't necessarily have those touch with his receivers, even though they're open.
Yeah, it's a tough ball. I mean, part of it, too, is just getting used to the other guy. You kind of got to get a feel for the speed, and when the break comes, he'll figure it out. I mean, it's 2 shots at the end zone they've taken. They haven't come up yet, but the more they work on it through the game, the likelier it is that they'll succeed.
Yeah, we'll definitely see a lot of development from Brady Hutchinson. It's going to be interesting if we'll see Antonio Gonzalez come in at all. If Foothill continues this pace, I don't know, maybe they'll get a flip of the script with the quarterback switching out in the later part of the game. But for now, Hutchinson continues to turn forward.
Little confusion on the
second
Cabrillo
down and
defense.
15. Jet sweep action as they throw the toss. And that's a pickup on the play that marks him down to the 7-yard line. And let's try to get a number on the...
It was Jaquan Breckenridge,
Okay,
I
so
believe.
Jaquan Breckenridge, a bigger back. Typically, you get some of those slot backs or those slashers that get those toss plays out of the backfield, but a beautifully drawn-out play from this Foothill team, and it'll bring them inside of the original pulls on the other side of the field, down at the 7.
And though it was a positive play for Foothill, it wasn't a terrible call on defense for Cabrillo
No, not at all.
Foothill had nobody blocking downfield. If there were, then he likely would have gotten into the end zone, but there was nobody there. They were ready for the tackle.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where when you run a play like that and you run, flag came in that we didn't even see, I believe. That's another. Oh, that's an illegal shift on Foothill here. So, man, a little, you got 2 men in motion when you were trying to send Breckenridge into the backfield. So, after that, it'll be a first down, it's actually 2nd down and 20 from the 21-yard line now. So 2 back-to-back penalties. That's pushing Foothill in the wrong direction here. 2 receivers out to the near side. Hutchinson, plenty of time to throw. He's going to throw the go route. Far sideline, trying to come back and adjust to the back shoulder fade. But the intended receiver wasn't able to get there. Good coverage on the play by Percival as they try to go one-on-one with Morrell once again.
Yeah, again, they have the matchup they want. Now it's just about executing. The size difference, you can see there, it's you get a good jump ball right where it needs to go, and that's 6.
When you have 5 inches of height that separates the 2 of them, Morrell stands 6'3", and Percival stands 5'10". So Percival, one of the better players on this team. He has an interception, a pass breakup, and 3 tackles in last week's game. He is definitely one of those ball hawks over the top for the Seahawks team, but now Foothill facing some adversity. 3rd down and 20. Whistles coming before the play went down. And we'll see
Foothill is having a lot of trouble in this game, just moving forward. They got into the red zone pretty quickly. They had a good punt return, and then it just became kind of a stall show.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I hate to burn an early timeout, but with 4:23, you'll see Foothill take the timeout and just try to get the gunk out of the system. Their offense has been rolling so clean, so smoothly for so long. And we'll take a quick break with them here on NorCal Sports TV. So after the timeout, I don't know how many plays you have in the playbook that work for a 3rd down and 20 here. I mean, you are in good field position, and you have the opportunity to kick a field goal with your kicker, Ty Goldsberry. Goldsberry, 54-yard kickoff, field goal attempt there. And so it's going to take a few seconds there. Some score clock issues here at on the Foothill field.
I think it's hook and ladder time.
Yeah, hook and ladder time on 3rd down and 20. I think you probably just throw another go route, see if Brady Hutchinson can get something going for Foothill, and then see if maybe you can get a field goal attempt. I'd love to see a hook and ladder early on in the game, though, right? Handoff along the right-hand side. They're going to run it this time. That's Destin Hawkins. Destin Hawkins jump cuts just at about 11-yard line. And oh, my goodness, the ball pops out. It comes down at the 11 where Hawkins was possibly down. But I think a nice executed effort from the Seahawks team might force a turnover.
Hawkins is arguing that he's down, but you see here, he had it. If he had cut to the outside, he may have been able to go a little further.
Yeah, no, that ball looks like it popped out there. A nice hustle play falling on top of the ball for Foothill. And man, it actually looked like the Owls caught it at the end of the play. Wow.
That was a tough drive by Foothill.
Yeah, top to bottom, you do not like that one.
Kind of beat themselves on that one.
Destin Hawkins popped that ball out, but another fumble that they did not lose. And we'll see a Ty Goldsberry field goal attempt now. So Goldsberry from the 11-yard line will be a 28-yard attempt. Snap is off. Kick is up. Able to knock it down, but another flag came in towards the end, towards the beginning of the play, rather. So that'll likely be either a false start or something on Foothill.
A bit of a high snap.
Nope, it's offsides on the defense. So, yeah, a little bit of a high snap there, but being able to hold it down well is Curtis Price. As, the offsides will be declined, and Foothill continues to get that scoring streak going. They didn't kick it, they didn't punt it a single time last week, and they continue this trend into this week. Yeah, Curtis Price, man, he does everything on special teams for this Foothill team. He handles punts, he returns kicks, he's the holder on this special teams unit. What can that man not do?
The utility guy. He's the Taysom Hill of Foothill football.
Taysom Hill of Foothill football. He doesn't have that face mask, though, right?
That's all he's missing. He's one NIL deal away.
I don't know how much the NIL deals extend to the college, junior college level, rather. But, hey, if you can get some money, take it, right?
Soon enough.
So 3:30 counting down here. Foothill set off to kick it off for the 3rd time in this opening quarter. Ty Goldsberry just knocked down that field goal attempt. And let's see what his right leg has. Last one was able to be returned. It was at the front of the end zone. Maybe we'll see him boot it back once again. Hatton, the running back, and Bendo, the wide receiver, back to return it in the return game for the Seahawks. Kicking it right to left from the near hash mark, 35-yard line. Jots forward, swings the big right leg, and this one will go over the top. It touched the T of the Foothill logo in the back of the end zone, and that's another touchback. Foothill able to switch the sides of the field on that kick right over there, as we're going to see the Seahawks come out from the 25-yard line once again.
Well, I mean, they should feel good about themselves. Cabrillo should, getting off the field with a touchdown, given where Foothill started with field position and how close Foothill got to the end zone. And now it's time for Cabrillo's offense to help build some momentum.
So they did, like you said, get that first down, that first drive. And, Josh, let's see what they have in store here. Bendo's going to come out at quarterback once again. He played all the snaps last week, but they do have 2 other quarterbacks that they played. They played Mangana and they played Avila as well. So Bendo trying to read the defense with 5 seconds left on this play clock there. They might have to take a quick timeout. 2 seconds, 1 second left. Does he get the snap off? Yes, he does. A handoff on the left-hand side, trying to use the agility and the speed. Breaks out of 1 tackle at the 26-yard line, and he swarmed down. That's Kobe Hatton with another carry. He did a lot of work for 2 yards on that play there.
Good effort. I mean, he broke 1 tackle. Unfortunately, it was a team effort on defense there. Number 20 couldn't quite get to it, Ryan Woods.
And then the defensive line came in with the cavalry to knock him down. I believe that was Curtis Francis coming in with the additional help at the end of the play. Back off the right side of the line, Bendo from the near hash mark, working with a 2nd and 8 here from the 26. Another handoff, starter step in the backfield, showing some patience, able to work the lateral speed up at the last moment. He's taken down. Nate Tillock coming from his safety position, flew down into the backfield, perfect read from him, and he's able to get a tackle for loss here, forcing another 3rd down and long.
I mean, the thing is, you want to go downhill. You don't want to go left and right.
I mean, when you consider yourself a great athlete as the 5'9" freshman out of North Monterey County High School does, it's a different level here. High school and college football is a completely different field. So 4 down front, up back off the left side for Bendo here, and it looks like man-to-man coverage. Snap is off, looking towards the middle of the field. Throws over the top, and it's intercepted at the 45-yard line. He's going to take it top of the numbers 30. He has a convoy of defenders in front of him. Out to the 10-yard line, 5-yard line. Touchdown, Foothill. Pick 6 City. And that is Gabe Reculosato. And, man, 3rd INT of the season. All 3 pick 6s.
I mean, he was ready to go on that play. He had dropped back in coverage, and he was just waiting for it.
Yeah, perfect job sitting over the top in that high cover 2, and he's able to find that ball, pick it off, and that was just a give-me ball, man. Christmas is coming in September here in Foothill, as he has 3 pick 6s now.
Bendo was the receiver for Cabrillo that was streaking down the field, and he may have been open for a minute.
Yeah, but
a
minute, I mean, even if it's a second, that's how close the windows close at this level. Snap is off, hold is down, kick is up, able to cross the T on the PAT, but another flag comes in. Man, just dirty laundry across the board.
A lot of flags already. We're still in the first quarter here.
Yeah, exactly. 1:56 remaining. Yeah, and the game I was calling last week, so some other action around the 3C2A. Diablo Valley College knocked off Reedley College, so an upset over there at DVC. And, man, 11 penalties for 111 yards. A lot of penalties across the board this year at the JC level. So after moving it back, the snap is down, the kick is up. Is that one good? Yes, it is. It looked like it might have went to the left-hand side, but Ty Goldsberry continues his streak as the kicker, able to knock it in for Foothill. He was 10 for 10 last week, only missed 1 extra point so far in this season, and he's knocked on 2 extra tonight.
He is locked in. He is ready to kick. It's good kicking conditions out there, too.
Yeah,
no wind.
Beautiful. No wind.
No weather.
Yeah, perfect 78, 76 degree night, whatever it is. It's just a beautiful night here at Foothill Stadium. 1:56 counting down, and man, Foothill showing to be the juggernaut that everybody thought they were. So in the previous game against Feather River College, Cabrillo fell 70-14 in that one, and they thought they finally turned the quarter around Yuba College as they really gave them a whooping 48-14. But man, Foothill College, they're looking like one of the more powerful teams here at the American level.
Big time body language difference between the sidelines, too.
For sure. You have one team that's streaking, putting up 3 scores in the first quarter, and another team that's reeling here, only picking up 1 first down. Running right to left, Goldsberry kicks it up, and that won't touch the O of the Foothill logo. At this point, Goldsberry is just kind of playing target practice with those logos in the backfield, huh? Or the end zone.
Goldsberry's also putting up scores.
Yeah. 5 points on the evening from the kicker so far. I always love that stat whenever you see, the kicker is the all-time leading scorer of the franchise.
I used to think that couldn't be real, but now I understand.
Yeah, you keep pinning up 1, 1, 1, a couple of threes here and there, and
I never understood that. Has there ever been a kicker that's won an MVP award?
Well, I don't think so. I don't think the special teams players get enough love for that one.
That's a shame.
It is a shame indeed. Coming out in the shotgun snap. Low snap is handled off the left-hand side on the carry. There's Bendo just doing everything they can to get these snaps. And, man, Bendo's had some trouble with these snaps so far this game. Rafael Bendo, he's had some high snaps. One went over the top of his head after they got that first down in the opening drive. And this time just a low snap. I'm surprised he was able to hand it off over to Hatton, as Hatton only gets 2 on the carry.
He has a good adjustment. It was a heads-up adjustment. But, man, you wanna get past the kind of pregame, early-game yips.
Shotgun spread. Ooh, you said yips. You don't say the yips. So snap is off. Bendo's able to handle it well. Throws it out into the flats. This one's caught along the 25-yard line. And A.J. Jett, the freshman out of Soquel, nowhere to go. Loses the yardage, and it brings them back to the original line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line.
Cabrillo's had some success running this play. These sort of out toward the sideline throws. But again, Foothill was just ready for it.
Yeah, Foothill's had everything dialed up on in terms of their defensive reads so far tonight. But yeah, you always talk about the yips. It's the old joke where you never talk about the yips.
Never. a famous unwritten rule.
Yep. So dropping 2 deep here, dropping to their zone coverage early is Foothill. Pressure comes, rolls out of the pocket. A flag comes in. Rafael Bendo runs out to the left-hand side, throws it at the last possible moment, but a one skipper goes over to A.J. Jett on the far sideline, and it'll likely be a hold and probably declined by Foothill.
I mean, it was a good improv. Let's get the call here. Figure out these microphones.
Yeah, so that is holding on the offense. Of course, that'd be declined as Foothill forces another 3 and out.
I mean, it was good improvising. There's just not much you can do in that position.
Yeah, you can't really run the ball. You have them in along the sideline, but just too much pressure coming from that front 7.
I mean, it was a heads-up play to not try to do more than you could. There are quarterbacks who may be tempted to try and make a game-winning play in the first quarter, and that can result in a lot of trouble.
So with 29.1 seconds left on the clock, we're going to see the punter come out once again. Royals handing the punting duties. It's typically been the defensive back / punter, Aiden Trotter, doing it before. So,
does he have gloves on?
The punter?
Yeah.
I think he's got his fingers taped.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's a nice wrist wrap there. Hey, support coming in every form, right?
I'm with you. Look, I like to see a kicker with gloves.
So trying to adjust it there. So the clock continued to run despite the fact that the play was already done. So they'll refix the clock over to 37 seconds, and we'll get this one rolling. Trying to get out of the first quarter here. Foothill, man, dominant. 17-0. 4th down and 10 after forcing the 3 and out. And we're going to see what Curtis Price has to offer. His heels are lined up along the 40. And he'll line up at the 44 now. Snap is off. Able to handle it. Pressure came at the end of the play. You might get a running into the punter here. Fair caught rather at the 45-yard line. And yes, the flag is there underneath the punter. Too much pressure came, and a slow Arroyo continues to try to stand up here.
Yeah, I mean, Foothill got after it. They got 3 near there. Didn't get the ball, but got Arroyo's ankle, it looks like.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's actually not Arroyo. Arroyo wears 31. And the punter this time was Jaden Muehlman. So that's the backup running back. So if you lose him, you lose some depth in the backfield as well. So 3 different punters for this Seahawks team. And, man, he is laboring on the field. So with that, we'll take a quick timeout. 17-0 is our score here with 28.5 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. Cabrillo continues the drive on the other side, but an injured player on the field here on NorCal Sports TV.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. Vertical Raise, Foothill Football's #1 choice for online fundraising. Stay Smokin BBQ, Foothill Football's choice for meat. Pro Sports Training, the training that gets you better. Athletic Force, may the athletic force be with you. American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. The NCS TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 5-day overnight basketball camp in the Sierra Foothills for 4th through 12th grade boys and girls. Go to norcalsportstv.com/camp to learn more and to register.
Back here, still an injured man on the field. We're not going to speculate about anything. Finally got Josh Glatt covered here. I love to see it there.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you're handsome. That's enough, right?
Thank you.
They can't see your face, but they can see your beautiful name now.
Hopefully my voice matches, though. I don't think so.
Hey, I can only turn up the level so much.
Yeah, well, listen, thank you for doing your part.
I do what I can. Man.
That's a tough injury, huh?
Yeah, so we'll actually send it back to commercial break here as the player's still down on the field. We're all thoughts and prayers going over to Jaden Mealman. So we'll take another break here on NorCal Sports TV and be back on the other side for some more Foothill and Cabrillo action. All right, so an applause from everybody around as they're able to get Lealman off the field. Happy to see that. He's able to hobble onto the cart. And, I mean, he just got rolled up under on that punt there, and happy to see him just able to get up and not be in too much pain right here. So let's talk about some quick stats that we got so far. So Foothill, 4 first downs to the Cabrillo 1. And it's been a rushing affair so far. 6 rushes for 53 yards from Foothill College compared to 10 for 15 yards for Cabrillo.
Yeah, I mean, Foothill's just been dominating on offense, truthfully.
Yeah, and they've been scoring quickly, 17 points in only 6 minutes and 17 seconds.
Cabrillo actually has, by just a touch, more time of possession.
But time of possession doesn't mean jack squat unless you can make something happen with it. Man, this is the stat so far. 6.2 average yards per play compared to 1.3 for Cabrillo. So Cabrillo coming around, seeing if they can change their fortunes with that unfortunate injury and the flag on the play. So after the roughing the kicker penalty, this one will move Cabrillo College over to the 40-yard line from the near hash mark. Bendo's out in that pistol set once again. 2 receivers split wide on each side of the field. 2 safeties deep for Foothill College. Snap is off, and it's going to be a pass. 3-step drop, steps up. He's going to have to roll out to his left-hand side. Loosely holding the ball along the left side as he's wrangled down, man. That looked like a rodeo tackle as he took the shoulder pads and swung him down. Curtis Francis, man, we've been calling his name left and right. Just a tremendous athlete on the inside there.
He ran far. He came from about midfield in between the hash marks, made the tackle all the way on the Cabrillo sideline.
Man, he's listed at 5'11", 270, but he looks massive on the inside.
He's an athlete is what he is.
Yeah. 2nd down and 9 and another stoppage of play here. So, well, that's a stoppage that we're expecting. End of the first quarter, Foothill College 17, Cabrillo Seahawks 0 here on NorCal Sports TV. Quick turnaround, no true media timeouts here on the junior college level. So quickly taking the field again, and it's going to be 2nd down and 9 for Bendo. Bendo high snap, handles it off, and he hands it to Hatton. Hatton showing some tricky footwork here along the near sideline as he rushes forward for a gain of 8 on the play, or let's call it 7. So it'll be 3rd down rather, and 2.
It was a good run. Going to the outside seems to be a pretty good choice for Cabrillo, at least right now.
Hatton, 6 rushes for 19 yards going into that one, so add 7 more yards on top of that. 3rd down and manageable here. They're going to come out in the spread shotgun look once again. Bendo, man, handling these rough snaps. Handoff up the middle. Shows the shifty footwork in the backfield, and Hatton able to move the chains on a 3-yard carry.
It was a good, simple run just to convert. That's what you need when you're down. You just got to build some momentum. You just got to move forward. You just got to move closer to the goal line.
Yeah, just continue to build forward, man. Was that from the the Magic Johnson School of Analysis?
Yeah, you bet it was.
You get the yards, you get the 1st down. 3 receivers left the near side there after picking up the 1st down. It's another handoff over to Hatton. Hatton this time stonewalled after only a gain of 1. Ken Erlin, one of the defensive tackles in charge of that stuffing of the hole.
Yeah, and that just, I mean, it's 1st down, so you have some room to work with, but going up the middle right now is a bit tough. Foothill has some big dudes up there.
Hatton, man, he's just got some tricky footwork in the backfield. He runs pretty tall, though, so that's a rough get there from the 5'9" running back. Another throw comes in the flats, and, man, that is sniffed out. A.J. Jett has nowhere to go on the play. Stephon Cameron on the tackle for Foothill.
You followed that play the entire way. See on the replay here, you can watch him at the bottom of the screen.
You just read
followed
the
it,
eyes of the quarterback and then sniffed it out.
Exactly.
So A.J. Jett officially 2 catches for, that's 1 yard. He had a 3-yard catch, and now he loses 2. 3 receivers split out to the short side of the field. Further near hash mark, Bendo's out there once again facing a 3rd and long. The motion jet across the formation, so it'll be 2 stacked up on each side. High snap handled well. Bendo steps up in the pocket. He's going to go for it all. Has a man streaking down the near sideline, but cannot connect there.
That pass is on the money. Could have been something. He had a bit of the sideline there. Number 80 for Cabrillo. Jason Mellon.
Yeah, and Mellon just, that ball was thrown a little too far over the top. Mellon definitely had some space getting a step in front of the Foothill defenders, but unfortunately just not able to connect with this quarterback. So Curtis Price coming out to return this ball, and can't quite get a number right here, but a new punter on the field after an injured one last time. And it's going to be a poly punt style punt. It's that rugby style punt, and it'll be booted down to the 28-yard line, taking a Cabrillo bounce. We'll see where they mark it out there. So they say it actually does get marked down at the 30-yard line, and that was Aiden Trotter. So the Polynesian style of punting that they brought over from the rugby game. I always call it poly punt because that's what
I don't know why more teams don't go with that, truthfully. If you can get a good bounce.
Yeah, so our producer here actually believes it should have went down at the 26, but hey, a favorable spot from Foothill here. It is their home turf after all. 3 receivers split out to the near side, and we're going to see once again what Brady Hutchinson has in store. Motions Morrell into the left side of the slot. Plenty of time to throw. Hutchinson throws it across, and it's almost picked up, and instead the strong hands of the receiver brings it forward, and he caught at the 35-yard line, took it an additional 15 yards on the play for the 1st down.
Great play by Alex Morrell here. Make the catch going across the field. That's always tough. And then just keep it moving after breaking a tackle.
Yeah, and I believe that was Braden DeCousin in on the coverage, the linebacker, and man, he tried to jump that pass, and he took the gamble and paid for it. But unfortunately for the Foothill team, another penalty, man. Another penalty. What is that, the 4th or the 5th so far tonight?
Yeah, they're having some trouble here. Definitely, it's a drive killer, especially on a play like that, where you're able to turn what looked like a short gain into a big 1st down, and then you got to go backwards, and it's like it never happened. It's tough.
Yeah, it's definitely
Doesn't
a
help.
backbreaker. But we saw them fight through adversity against that Merced game here last time on their own home field. And now, some more adversity facing a first down and 20 from the 20-yard line after the holding penalty. It's going to be a reverse handoff over to the left-hand side. Man, what a possessed man running down to the 31-yard line. Just a tough physical run for Jaden Frazier. He leveled about 3 defenders on his way forward for a gain of 11.
So he had a hole there. It looked like he may have had some green in front of him.
I guess only 2, but yeah.
Good job, though,
by Frazier.
By Braden Arnold of Cabrillo to get off of that block and make the tackle.
Arnold, the 5'7" freshman out of Watsonville High School. And he makes it 2nd down and 9. Up back off that left side of the offensive line. 2 men split out along the near side of the field as well. That's Fafita motioning from left to right. And it's going to be another carry. And Hawkins unable to really get much going there. Loses actually about half a yard on the carry there. Ramirez, the linebacker, coming up for the stop.
Yeah, that was just good fundamental defense by Cabrillo.
So they're able to make it 3rd down and 9 after the holding penalty to start up this drive. So let's see what you got in store here on 3rd and long. Hutchinson can really throw that ball around for Foothill, and he lines up with a 3-receiver set to the near side of the field. From the far hash mark, Hutchinson handles the snap well. Pressure comes. He steps up the pocket. Hutchinson is going to run it himself. Diving down inside of the 35-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 37. Hutchinson fighting for it, using his legs to get as much yardage as possible. But we'll likely see the first punt in 2 weeks from this Foothill team.
Yeah, that pocket for him collapsed pretty quick. If he had some time to stand in there, he may have been able to find somebody.
Yeah, the pressure from the Seahawks is one of those units that we were talking about. They can really make something happen, but instead, hey, the offense stays out on the field. From the 38, you're playing with house money up 17 with 10 minutes and 9 seconds left in the second quarter. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Foothill seems to have pretty much all the momentum so far.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're going to come out in a pistol look, and they're going to bring Hawkins back to dot the I there. Single back set. Hutchinson maybe trying to just get them off sides here. And yeah, that's exactly what they were trying to do as the play clock ran down to 0. It took too much time to get on the field, and they ended up sending out their quarterback just to try to see if they can get a penalty in the way of Cabrillo this time. But instead, we'll see what they elect to do after the timeout. I think they're going to send out the punting unit. What do you think?
I mean, they've got it. It would be a wild move to run out there, try and draw them, and then not have anything cooked up if they actually wanted to snap the ball, especially to burn a timeout. 9:45 left. It's still plenty of time for things to happen. You want to keep those timeouts.
Yeah, Hutchinson, we saw him on the near sideline there, just really unhappy with his performance in that last drive. So, for the first time in 2 weeks, a punt from Foothill.
It's exciting. Good reps for the punter. We like to see it.
So let's give some thank yous to some sponsors here. Foothill Football is sponsor of this broadcast. Vertical Rise, thank you so much. The Foothill College fundraiser, donate now. Stay Smokin BBQ. I can smell it from this booth. It's delicious. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Pro Sport Training, increase your 40.
What's your 40 time?
Ooh, my best one or mine right now?
Yeah, sure, your best one.
Hey, 4.95, baby. 6'1", 265, running at 4.95.
Not bad.
Back in my day. Athletic Force, thank you for our sponsorship as well. And American Asphalt, paving the planet. Yeah, man, I know. I was happy to break that. It was hand time, not laser, so it's an unofficial 4.95.
Right.
But hey, I broke that.
Probably was faster.
Ooh, I like the positivity. That's why I brought you out here today, right? Collins going to boot it away for the first time in 2 weeks. A high swinging punt. Man, this one is a beauty. Plenty of hang time, and that will be dropped down to the 26-yard line. So doesn't get to punt often, but Collins boots that one away. Huge hang time, and he flips the side of the field.
Nathaniel Bendo made the catch on that punt return, but it looked like it might have almost slipped out. He had to do a bit of a double clutch, which is not something you like to see for the special teams team. That's one of those ones that makes you sweat a little bit. Should have been an easy one. It worked out, but man, those are tough to watch.
So on one side, you have that rugby-style punt, and on the other side, just a high, booming leg. And now, Let's see what the Foothill defense has in store. Once again, they have not given up a defensive touchdown so far this year, trying to keep that trend alive. We got to change up that quarterback now. So they saw enough about what Benda was able to do, and now they'll bring out the 6'3" freshman out of Watsonville. And he played in the first 2 games, but didn't play last week. Now let's see what Oscar Mangana has to offer. And despite the fact that they got a new quarterback in, they said, hey, we're going to stick to our game plan. They run the ball along the right-hand side, nowhere to go.
Well, sometimes it's just about sort of capitalizing on the opportunity. The defense sees a new quarterback in. Maybe they think it's time to throw. See what happens.
Yeah, Hatton, he was the rusher on the play, unable to pick up anything there. 2nd down and 10 with the new quarterback in the game. 3 passes out of 10, 1 interception and 20 yards for Magana so far this year. And now he'll go for a second pass. This one's a low bounced ball. Man, if he could have hooked up with his wide receiver on that play, that would have been a big pickup, as that was Jason Millen.
Jason Millen, he had a step. He had a step on the inside. If that ball was delivered right on point, could have been a big play.
Yeah, just inaccuracy has been the issue with the passing game. They've had opportunities with their athleticism on the outside, but unfortunately they just haven't really had the quarterback to get it there. Look, on the replay there, he got a step in front of his receiver, able to kind of shield the ball away from Nate Tillich, the safety cover over the top, but nowhere really to go. Mangana lines out of the shotgun set. 3 receivers split out to the far side of the field. Pressure showing up into the face of the offensive line here as the linebackers stack the line. They send everybody here. Throws out in the flats, and this one's lofted way too far over the top for Kobe Hatton. Continually try to get the passing game going with those swing passes, but that's going to be a 3rd down now.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to clear out that entire side using some sending the entire team on that way going toward Cabrillo sideline, but it didn't matter much. Foothill was ready for it. This cornerback, Stephon Cameron, has been playing incredibly for Foothill tonight.
Yeah, Stephon Cameron, man, he is one of the studs that they got over there. 4 total tackles last week. Shotgun spread trips out to the far side once again. Safety trickling back is likely zone coverage here. Snap, handoff. And on 3rd down and intermediate, they continue to try to get Kobe Hatton going, but nowhere to go against that stout defensive front 7 for the Foothill Owls, and that's going to be another punt for Cabrillo. Man, 2 different defensive linemen that look like Foliaki Vete coming in, and he's the 6'2" sophomore out of Milpitas, and then wasn't able to get the number on the second man, but splitting tackles there, and that's a tackle for loss. More stats going in the direction of Foothill.
Yeah, it's a secure tackle when you got 2 guys doing it together at the same time.
That's Curtis Price ready to return it. His heels are on the 40-yard line. Snap is off. It's going to be another rugby-style punt, and this one's a booming punt. Fielded down at the 29-yard line. Breaks through 2 tacklers just along the 32, and he continues to fight forward, man. A nice little attempt there from Curtis Price. Only gets 4 on the punt return, but he's marked down at the 35. I guess he got 7 at the end of the play. Just some really nice fighting there.
He
was
kept
wrapped
going.
up. Yeah, he was wrapped up 3 yards before he actually went down. Sean Irving, the man to make the tackle for Cabrillo College, and now, with 7:58 remaining in the second quarter, let's see what Foothill has in store. They sputtered out last time. Hutchinson wasn't able to get anything going. He was dejected along the sideline, and now he's trying to make it happen. Another quick slant across the middle of the field. Tried to hook up with his wide receiver, Alex Morrell.
And
the
another
big body,
flag.
Yeah, the big body receiver, and another flag came in. Hutchinson just hasn't looked like himself. You typically see him later in the game. Maybe he's got the nerves worked out at that point. You're feeling good, but with the 17-point lead, you got to be feeling yourself still.
Yeah, I mean, they've kind of moved away from running the ball. It was working for them.
They really have, and to be honest, it's because you get put into situations like this.
Right.
So the penalty is declined and making it 2nd and 10. So instead of taking the 5-yard penalty, they'll elect to make it 2nd and 10, losing the down. I'll take it. I respect it. Up back along the left side. Hutchinson out of the pistol set, and they're going to run it this time. Into the backfield, brought down at the 29-yard line. Destin Hawkins unable to get much going early on, and a nice tackle in the backfield for Cabrillo.
I think that was Abraham Ramirez, number 3, who got back there quickly.
Yeah, Ramirez, we called his name a few times tonight. The linebacker coming up big. He had 4 tackles last week against Yuba, and I believe that's his 3rd tackle of the evening.
And that's a big tackle, too. Now it's 3rd and 14.
Yeah, and you're making the Owls work for everything that they got. You see this happen a lot at the junior college level. You give up a few plays early on, and then you eventually get your bearings straight. I know you love your halftime adjustments, but we saw some in-between quarter adjustments there for Cabrillo. Snap is off, sprints out to his left-hand side. Hutchinson eyes down the field. He's going to look to get a lot here, but instead he throws it short. That one's cut down at the 38-yard line, and he's tackled down. And another punt coming out for Foothill here as Morrell goes forward for a 5-yard gain, making it 4th down and 8.
That was a good grab. It was a high throw. He went up and he got it.
Yeah, but right there.
I mean, look, it's a field goal. It's a field position game now.
Yeah. Up 17, you're willing to play the field position game any time of the week, though. Ryan Collins coming out to punt the ball away. Able to boot this one. Man, he has some high punts coming down.
Yeah, he
does. The coverage team comes down as this one bounces short at the 31-yard line, taking a slight Foothill bounce. Marked down, and it'll be picked up at the 28-yard line. No opportunity to field it. Sometimes that's just what you want. You know, some of the most prolific athletes come over at that punt return position. So when you have a punter like him, he's able to boot it high, not give him any sort of chance for return, and you're going to make Cabrillo earn every single yard that they get.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want. You have a defense like Foothill. It's pretty dominant. Not pretty dominant.
Yeah,
it is dominant. Having really no problems here. If you can just keep them back, you have a lot of room to work with.
Yeah, but Foothill, obviously, they want to be able to put the ball together. They want to score a lot, but at the same time, it's like you're up 17. You're not feeling any sort of pressure whatsoever.
Right.
The pressure's all on the quarterback, Oscar Magana. So Magana comes out in that shotgun spread set once again. Ball's placed down at the 28-yard line, working right to left. He takes the chest high snap. He's going to throw it. It's a go route down the far sideline, and it's undercut. Was that ball caught? Yes! Down at the 48-yard line. A brilliant pitch and grab there. And now working the soft spot on the far sideline on the zone coverage. A nice pickup on the play.
Great find. By Magana.
Just dropped it right in between 2 different players. And, man, Kobe Hatton, he's doing everything. Running, passing, he's making it happen. 1st down and 10 from the 48-yard line. Magana out of the shotgun look here. Takes the chest high snap, but it's going to be a handoff up the middle this time. Springs forward, and that's Willie Valencia getting his 2nd or 3rd carry on the evening. He squirts his way forward for a gain of 3. And Valencia here getting some burn after Hatton has gotten the lion's share of the carries. 2nd down inside of the Foothill territory here. 4 down front for the Owls. Looks like man-to-man coverage across the board from here. Chest high snap, throw over to the near side. It was actually zone coverage, so working that zone very well down to the 40. So you might have something in the 6'3 freshman here, Magana.
Good grab by Sean Irving.
Yeah, Sean Irving did a good job coming back for that ball. It looked like you had 2 different players in the vicinity of that catch, so then able to work through the traffic there. Shotgun spread once again for this Cabrillo team, finding a little bit of momentum on offense here. From the 40 near hash mark, Magana out of the pistol set now. He'll motion his receiver into the backfield. That's Bendo there. Handoff along the right-hand side. Plenty of space there for Valencia. Valencia out to the 15-yard line, and he's tackled down inside the 15. They'll mark him down at the 14. A huge pickup on the play for the running back.
This is a good drive for Cabrillo. This is their 2nd big play of the drive. Had that huge catch on the far side just 2 plays ago. They're building some momentum here. Something's starting to happen.
Nice 15-yard chunk on the play, and he moves it into the red zone. Shotgun spread once again. Motions the receiver. It's another handoff up the middle of the field at Valencia. Man, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. They tried to go up the middle once again. Nowhere to go there, making it 2nd down and 10.
Not a bad call.
No.
Just a ready-to-go defense for Foothill.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. They pulled the guard, but not much space was opened up along that right-hand side that they were trying to run into. Magana giving them a little bit of life here in the late second quarter. Magana, quick pass out into the flats. Ooh, read that one perfectly. AJ Jett has been trying to get those flats working all night long, but a big hit on the play for Tonga Latu, the
Was that
linebacker.
a one-handed catch?
Let's see it here. We have the luxury of replay. Yeah,
For what?
one-handed catch, man. He might have been better off just dropping that ball, but a true trooper in AJ Jett as he's fighting forward.
Throw it in the highlight reel. Throw it in his huddle tape.
Two receivers closely stacked up on each side. Valencia still in that backfield here. Magana motions AJ Jett across the formation, drops the ball, handles it well, throws it near side. He has a man open, and it goes behind him. Flag comes in, and that will be a penalty on Foothill on the pass interference. Nate Tillock was the man on the coverage.
Sean Irving, who was the intended receiver there, he's been drawing some attention. He's been having a pretty good game, a quiet good game, but he's been having a really good game.
He's 6'3", the freshman out of Marina, California. And man, there you go. We might see the first potential touchdown given up by this Foothill team. Cabrillo definitely working off the momentum. They got some confidence last week in the running game, and now they're mixing the passing game along into this week. You're playing one of the better teams in the American, probably one of the best currently. And now, let's see what you got in store on the 1 yard line. Penalty sets them up at the 1 yard line. Magana out of the shotgun look here. Snap is handled well. Another handoff. Plenty of space along that left side of the offensive line. A dirty move in the backfield by Kobe Hatton, and he breaks the back of the Eagles for the first time. First defensive touchdown given up by Foothill this year, and that one was set up perfectly on the pass interference call on Sean Irving, and then plenty of space there.
Great play, great blocking by the line. Everyone meeting their assignments. Cabrillo, they found something. They marched the entire way down the field. The first touchdown scored against Foothill's defense this whole season.
I know, that's insane. So it's going to be a 6-17 game here, pending the extra point. Snap is off, hold is down, kick is up. Man, a lot of pressure there. Was he able to get it up? Yes. Crosses the T on the PAT, and now Foothill, a little bit of adversity they're facing here. 17-7 is the score here on NorCal Sports TV as we take a quick break. Back on the other side.
Yeah, from Los Angeles.
From
we
Los
just
Angeles.
heard that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, you know, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%, and we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive.
Curtis Price set to return here. And that's a new kicker out on the field. That is Magana Ramirez kicking it away for Cabrillo. So this one's a short kick. He'll be fielded down to the 5 yard line. Working his way along the near side hash mark, cutting across the field at the 30 yard line, 35 yard line, out to the 40, jump cuts there. And a flag comes in as he's tackled down at the 21 yard line, but a big pickup on the play by Curtis Price.
Well, depending on what this flag is, that's exactly how you want to start.
36 yard return on the play by Price.
It looks
Great
like
in
it.
order on the tackle. Man, another big return, but we'll see what they have to offer as Foothill's kind of sputtered out a little bit here. They have a new quarterback in that system. It's not quite working in the right direction here, and the penalty will actually go on Cabrillo, so more juice to the fire. Oh, it's actually offsetting penalties, if I'm not mistaken here.
All right, so we'll just start like nothing happened.
No harm, no foul, right?
Exactly right.
Oh, no. I misspoke. We're marching backwards. So the penalty will move him all the way back to the 31-yard line. So still good starting field positioning here.
One thing I
Still
will say,
+6.
Foothill seems to be beating themselves in a way.
Yes,
A lot of
absolutely.
penalties, knocking off big gains, big plays. You got to clean that up.
Yeah, and that's something that we'll definitely see in the halftime adjustments. 2:24 counting down in the second quarter play, counting down the last minutes of the first half. Brady Hutchinson continues to stay in the game. It's a handoff. It's a low one, handled well by Hawkins. Oh, pardon me. That's actually Gabriel Herrera getting the carry along the near hand side. Flag came into the backfield. We'll likely see a holding. Yeah, more penalties left and right. And that'll happen. You've been seeing a lot of holding calls, and that's just due to the difference in cadence between Hutchinson and the offensive line.
Not sure where it was exactly.
I believe it was on the one of the tackles there. So, Ibe Ota, the 6'2", 313-pound sophomore out of Santa Clara, called for the penalty here. So it's going to be first down and 20 from the 21-yard line after the 10-yard foul. Two receivers split on each side. Hutchinson, let's see what his arm can do here. Standing tall in the pocket. He's going to throw the go route down the near sideline and cannot find the touch to get the ball to Alex Morrell. Morrell had tight coverage on him with Zeke Thomas, so that's size against size here. And it's going to be a second down and 20.
Zeke Thomas, just ran with him the whole way.
Yeah, he has speed, he has size. And they got something with the sophomore out of Soklo.
And again, it just goes back to it's the second and 20 now. This is very similar to Foothill's drive a few drives ago when they were inside of the red zone and they got knocked out mostly because of penalties.
1:59 counting down as the clock stops with Hutchinson at quarterback. Two receivers on each side. And that's Herrera in the backfield once again. Hutchinson stands tall in the pocket. It's intercepted at the 25-yard line, snagging it up top, and that's out to the 10-yard line, tackled down at the 6. Braden DeCussin came up, jumped up in the air, and took that one down.
That was a great pick.
That was a great pick and a bad throw. It's
a
bad on
combo.
one side, good on one side. Yeah, he
got
jumped
up.
that ball, yeah.
Also, a very good play, a very heads-up play by Destin Hawkins to chase that down because that easily could have been 6.
6-foot-tall linebacker hopping up all the way. He climbs the ladder, steals the ball away, and presents his offense with another golden opportunity. We might have a game here in Foothill as Cabrillo's knocking on the door inside of the red zone. They'll mark it down at the 6-yard line. And it's a 17-7 game, but hey, maybe we get another score from the Seahawks here in the second half. Or in the second quarter, rather. A lot of success for Oscar Magana here. And the lineup with a set up back in the backfield. It's a dual back pistol look. Snap, handoff, left-hand side, churning forward after running in the back of his offensive line was Kobe Hatton. And Hatton gaining, let's call it 2 on the play as he's marked down at the 5.
That's all. You just got to move the pile when you're this close.
It's a game of inches, and you're moving the pile at this point. He ran right into the back of his left tackle, Jack Bacon. Hey, what a name for an offensive tackle, right? Jack Bacon, 6'6" freshman out of Santa Cruz. Second down and 5. 1:43 counting down. 19 seconds left on the play clock. They hurry to the line here.
Remember also, Cabrillo did receive the kickoff at the beginning of the game.
So Foothill will get on the other side. Extra offensive lineman lineup at the up back position on the left-hand side. Handoff, cuts it back, trying to use some of that lateral speed. Squeezes his way forward. Does he get there? Yes! Kobe Hatton's second rushing touchdown of the evening. And for something that's never happened before, lightning has struck twice here in Foothill, California, as Cabrillo, the Seahawks taking a nitty-gritty game filled with plenty of penalties, and they are making this a game.
That's a good run. That's just patient running. He moved around a little bit, waited for something to develop, then he saw it, and he just went for it, attacked it.
Yeah, terrific job there. Nathaniel Bendo, the long snapper. We'll see what he's got. Snap is down. Snap is out, hold is down, kick is up, and crosses the T on the PAT for the second time this evening. Man, 1:19 remaining in the second quarter, and the Foothill Owls 17, Cabrillo Seahawks 14.
We got a ball game here. Coming into this, it seemed like it might be a pretty lopsided game. You had Foothill's dominant defense that had yet to give up a point. They were 3-0 on the season. They were beating teams 51-3, 49-7, and 79-0. Cabrillo, on the other hand, 2 losses and 1 win.
I think this is just one of the things where you build that momentum forward. You took that big loss to Feather River, and you continue to fight forward. You continue to build. And now Ramirez will kick it away. Let's see. I mean, you can't really call this the 2-minute drill with 1:19 on the clock, but Foothill, they have all those explosive athletes across the board. Let's see what they got to offer. Price lines up as the lone return man here. And Magana Ramirez kicking the ball away, the 5'11 freshman kicker. Raises the hand, gets the special teams going, jots forward, swings the right leg, and this one will be a short ball. Fielded down at the 16-yard line. He'll cross his way across the middle of the field, out to the 30-yard line, 34-yard line, tackled there.
Not bad field position to start. I mean, this is a minute drive now. You just got to make quick passes toward the sidelines. Also, remember earlier in the game, Foothill did have to burn one of their timeouts, so they only have 2 here.
They have 1 timeout, actually. They had to burn the second one later in that game. So 1 time out of the pocket, 1:10 on the clock. And let's see what Foothill has to offer. So it looks like Antonio Gonzalez is going to get the call there. Brady Hutchinson, maybe we'll see if he's done for the evening. But now the sophomore quarterback sprints out to his right-hand side. Gonzalez throws to the near sideline, and, man, he just threw that ball away. Not a bad play. Burrell was there, but not able to get his feet and his arms coordinating as he chucks that ball into the sideline.
It was a great grab by the guy on the sideline. Not in a uniform, should be. Look at that.
Oh, went up and snagged it. Ball marked down there, and maybe we'll see a little bit more from Hutchinson later in this game, but right now you need a score as the momentum has flopped the way of Cabrillo College. And with 1:05 left, you put your sophomore quarterback out of Kings Academy in the game, and you trust the experience that he's really developed over the years. Last week against Gavilan, 7 passes, 15 yards, 106 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And are they going to... Oh, man, a delay of game, continually shooting themselves in the foot. That has been the story of the first half for Foothill. They came off and they scored 3 consecutive possessions, but since then we've just seen punt, penalty, interception leading to a touchdown.
Yeah, penalties are killing them. Penalties knocked them out of a touchdown a couple drives ago, a couple series ago.
Yeah, man. Foothill definitely trying to make something happen here. Pistol look for Gonzalez. Double tight end set along the left side of the offensive line. Handoff over to the left-hand side. That's That's Jalen Frazier. Frazier works his way trying to get to the sideline, but the clock continues to run here. Maybe we'll see one more rush and then call it into halftime and see what adjustments head coach Matt Revillo is able to make.
So we're going no huddle here. We're moving fast.
So you run the ball, but you go no huddle. I mean, we'll see. Cabrillo could possibly stop the clock if they like, but no. They'll let the clock continue to turn down. Third down and 12 and no huddle here. We'll likely see the play clock run all the way down before possibly snapping or taking a timeout. So running towards the near sideline into the huddles. Antonio Gonzalez gets the play.
There are 5 seconds left on the play clock.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, rushes off to the right-hand side. That's Frazier. That's Destin Hawkins. And Hawkins fumbles the ball for the second time this evening. And are they going to be set up in a position to possibly score again? Let's see. Aiden Trotter, the freshman defensive back, makes the tackle on the play, and it looks like Foothill was able to retain the possession after fumbling. Let's see. A timeout is called, so it was recovered by Foothill, but The first timeout burned by Cabrillo with 6 seconds left, so maybe they'll see if they can get something going in their special teams and get a punt return there.
Yeah, it can't hurt. There's an opportunity to go for broke at this point. Got nothing really to lose. You're heading into halftime. On the good side of the field, even a punt will set you up with something to work with.
Yeah, man, Hawkins, he is a stud if we've ever seen a running back, but he's had some struggles early today.
It's a wet ball out there.
Wet ball in perfect conditions.
A wet ball on a dry night.
Somebody's juicing the balls. And Jaden Mealman, you can see him along the far sideline. He's sitting in the cart still, so happy to see he's well enough to sit with the team and still continue forward, but saw him get hurt on that punt earlier. Willie Valencia, the up backing frame here as they send back, Ryan Collins comes out as the punter, as Nate Tillock is the up back in the backfield. Ready to boot this one away. He was the return man over at the 25-yard line. So 50 yards separates the punter and the returner. The punt is off, and he runs into the punter. That one will be a running into the punter penalty, and the ball will drop down to the 25-yard line. Foothill will take it from there, and they'll likely move so it's 4th down and 6. It'll be a 5-yard penalty after the running into the kicker call there. So let's try to figure out what these officials are getting down and dirty on the field. Running into the kicker on Cabrillo. That penalty is declined. They don't want to have to punt that ball away again. So with 9.7 seconds left, let's see if they decide to take a few shots with a couple timeouts in the pocket, or if they just run this one a half.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're Cabrillo, you got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
Either way, whatever you do, this is a good first half for them.
Yeah, you were talking about body language early on in the game, and the body language definitely going with the swagger of Foothill, but on the other side, as we see...
oh, yeah, it's shifted. It's changed.
We see it change. So the defensive back, Amarion York, was standing inside of the huddle of the offense there. A little cheeky game of the minds there. Mind games.
Well, I guess the question is, how far can this ball fly?
Yeah, let's see how far Magana can chuck this one away. Or maybe we just see another handoff.
This is where all the weight room comes into play.
And then that's God-given talent as well.
Oh.
Nope. Shotgun snap, and that one will be a knee taken down, bringing us to the half. So it's halftime here at Foothill Stadium. Score here, Foothill 17, Cabrillo 14. So Foothill came out, they scored on their first 3 drives of the game, and then Cabrillo came back storming. They forced some punts, and to be fair, this is the first adversity we've seen from this Foothill Owls team all year long. Let's see how they adjust, let's see how they bounce back, and let's see if Uncle Mo momentum will continue forward for Cabrillo in the second half. So take it to halftime here on NorCal Sports TV. Foothill 17, Cabrillo 14.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. Vertical Raise, Foothill Football's #1 choice for online fundraising. Stay Smokin BBQ, Foothill Football's choice for meat. Pro Sports Training, the training that gets you better. Athletic Force, may the Athletic Force be with you. American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. The NCS TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 5-day overnight basketball camp in the Sierra Foothills for 4th through 12th grade boys and girls. Go to norcalsportstv.com/camp to learn more and to register. Pro Sports Training, NorCal's #1 speed, strength, and skill training program. In business since 2001. Over 250 scholarship athletes produced. Elite sports performance training for athletes 10 and up. All sports and all positions. Year-round training. Call them at 408-691-1223 to learn more. The training that gets you better. Athletic Force. Athletic Force is a local Bay Area equipment and gear manufacturer. They specialize in uniforms and gear for all sports. 7-on-7, tackle football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and much, much more. Professional service with the best turnaround times in the business. High quality product for fair prices. Call, email, or follow them on social media at Athletic Force 1 to learn more. May the Athletic Force be with you. Foothill College Football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. Vertical Raise, Foothill Football's #1 choice for online fundraising. Stay Smokin BBQ, Foothill Football's choice for meat. Pro Sports Training, the training that gets you better. Athletic Force, may the Athletic Force be with you. American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. The NCS TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 5-day overnight basketball camp in the Sierra Foothills for 4th through 12th grade boys and girls. Go to norcalsportstv.com/camp to learn more and to register.
You drove all the way up from Los Angeles.
From
we
Los
just heard
Angeles.
that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, you know, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%. And we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive the older boys are with the younger boys. And I think that is really heartening for me, because that's how I want my boy to be when he grows up. And so I think that he has some really great examples of really kind people on and off the court here.
Pro Sports Training, NorCal's #1 speed, strength, and skill training program. In business since 2001. Over 250 scholarship athletes produced. Elite sports performance training for athletes 10 and up. All sports and all positions. Year-round training. Call them at 408-691-1223 to learn more. The training that gets you better. Athletic Force. Athletic Force is a local Bay Area equipment and gear manufacturer. They specialize in uniforms and gear for all sports. 7-on-7, tackle football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and much, much more. Professional service with the best turnaround times in the business. High quality product for fair prices. Call, email, or follow them on social media at Athletic Force 1 to learn more. May the Athletic Force be with you. College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. Vertical Raise, Foothill Football's #1 choice for online fundraising. Stay Smokin BBQ, Foothill Football's choice for meat. Pro Sports Training, the training that gets you better. Athletic Force, may the Athletic Force be with you. American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. The NCS TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 5-day overnight basketball camp in the Sierra Foothills for 4th through 12th grade boys and girls. Go to norcalsportstv.com/camp to learn more and to register. Pro Sports Training, NorCal's #1 speed, strength, and skill training program. In business since 2001. Over 250 scholarship athletes produced. Elite sports performance training for athletes 10 and up. All sports and all positions. Year-round training. Call them at 408-691-1223 to learn more. The training that gets you better. Athletic Force. Athletic Force is a local Bay Area equipment and gear manufacturer. They specialize in uniforms and gear for all sports. 7-on-7, tackle football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and much, much more. Professional service with the best turnaround times in the business. High quality product for fair prices. Call, email, or follow them on social media at Athletic Force 1 to learn more. May the Athletic Force be with you. Foothill College Football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. Vertical Raise, Foothill Football's #1 choice for online fundraising. Stay Smokin BBQ, Foothill Football's choice for meat. Pro Sports Training, the training that gets you better. Athletic Force, may the Athletic Force be with you. American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. The NCS TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 5-day overnight basketball camp in the Sierra Foothills for 4th through 12th grade boys and girls. Go to norcalsportstv.com/camp to learn more and to register.
You drove all the way up from Los Angeles.
From
We
Los
just heard that.
Angeles.
What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, you know, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%, and we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive the older boys are with the younger boys. And I think that is really heartening for me, because that's how I want my boy to be when he grows up. And so I think that he has some really great examples of really kind people on and off the court here.
Pro Sports Training, NorCal's #1 speed, strength, and skill training program. In business since 2001. Over 250 scholarship athletes produced. Elite sports performance training for athletes 10 and up. All sports and all positions. Year-round training. Call them at 408-691-1223 to learn more. The training that gets you better. Athletic Force. Athletic Force is a local Bay Area equipment and gear manufacturer. They specialize in uniforms and gear for all sports. 7-on-7, tackle football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and much, much more. Professional service with the best turnaround times in the business. High quality product for fair prices. Call, email, or follow them on social media at Athletic Force 1 to learn more. May the Athletic Force be with you. College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. Vertical Raise, Foothill Football's #1 choice for online fundraising. Stay Smokin BBQ, Foothill Football's choice for meat. Pro Sports Training, the training that gets you better. Athletic Force, may the Athletic Force be with you. American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. The NCS TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 5-day overnight basketball camp in the Sierra Foothills for 4th through 12th grade boys and girls. Go to norcalsportstv.com/camp to learn more and to register. Pro Sports Training, NorCal's
Back here just a couple minutes away from second half action. 4 minutes counting down here. Max Agrest joining alongside Josh Glatt. And so let's talk about some stats from the first half. We'll give you a quick rundown of what happened in that first half. So Foothill scored 17 points consecutive before Cabrillo came back to score 14 and make this a pretty close game. Really unexpected by anybody that's been following these two seasons. And man, it's been Seahawks time all the way throughout the second quarter. So talking about some individual stats. So 7 first downs for Cabrillo compared to 4 from Foothill for a juggernaut of an offense, leading almost every single statistical category. That's crazy to see. In terms of rushing, 23 rushes for 56 yards. Cabrillo, 12 for 76 for Foothill. And then the quarterback coming into the game as of late for Cabrillo, that was, I'm trying to find the stat right over here, Oscar Magana, 3 for 4, 29 yards with the 20-yard long along the far sideline. And Josh, man, what's Foothill got to do to come back in this game, and what does Cabrillo have to do to continue to put this pressure forward on the Owls?
Well, Foothill's in an interesting spot because that 3-point lead is a result of a drive that got them into the red zone but ended pretty poorly in penalties. Penalties have kind of been their issue the entire game.
Absolutely.
Cabrillo really just been Kobe Hatton for them.
Yeah.
He has both of their touchdowns. He's their running back. He's kind of the star of the show right now. Foothill has really been beating themselves. They've been dominating on offense just in the sort of happening, but they haven't been turning it into points. Not at least to the point that they should be. They've been getting backed up by field goals. They had penalties, They've had great field position throughout the game. Some of these drives haven't been able to convert. For Hutchinson, I think his trick is going to have to be figuring out how to throw that past the end zone. Yeah, a couple of fades and a couple of deep balls that just haven't connected, even when his receivers have had pretty good mismatches.
Yeah, and for Hutchinson, let's see if he even comes back into the game. We saw Gonzalez come off for some relief duty towards the end of that game. And man, more than anything, like you said, it's It's the game of Kobe Hatton, 14 carries for 37 yards and 2 touchdowns on the evening. But they set that up with the interception over from, let's see, I'm trying to remember who it was. I believe that was Braden DeCousin. He came up there, he snagged it up there, climbed the ladder to get that INT that set them up inside of the red zone. And then that was capped off by the run from Kobe Hatton. But yeah, like you said, man, this game has been littered with penalties left and right. 9 penalties for 80 yards and only 1/2 a play for Foothill.
And that's tough because on the other side, Cabrillo has only had 1 penalty called against
one holding
him
call
for 10 yards.
And that was at the very beginning of the game when this was still up in the air as well.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be up to Foothill really to stop beating themselves.
Yeah, clean this one up. And also, let's see what the young quarterback in Magana has to offer. Struggled before this game in the first outing. He was only 3 for 10 for 20 yards and an INT. But this game, I mean, after Rafael Bendo struggled, he went 3 for 7 for 1 INT, only had 3 passing yards. They see a new life in the offensive passing game with Magana. So if they can get Magana really comfortable in that pocket, time to throw, really starting to get his reads going, because he's doing some pretty good job with these defensive reads. He knows the zone perfectly. He knows the soft spot to go into. And if he can get some support from Hatton, Valencia, and the rest of the running game, we might see Cabrillo with one of the biggest upsets of the season so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for a backup quarterback to come in the middle of the game, especially when he came in. The momentum was so on the side of Foothill, but he's keeping them in there. He's keeping them in there. It's leadership, it's ability, it's all of it. When you have a quarterback like that, it doesn't matter what the predictions are.
And they played all 3 quarterbacks this year so far: Bendo, Magana, and Avila. So Magana is getting the keys to the car for this second half, likely. But so if I recall correctly, Cabrillo won the toss and they chose to receive. So now they'll have to kick it off for this first kick of the second half. 3:15 on the clock. Sprinting for booting it away, and that's Magana Ramirez.
It's a bit of a line drive.
Yeah, line drive punt, and it's fumbled. Let's see where it drops down at. So the ball was fumbled down at the 27-yard line, and I believe that's going to be Foothill ball at the 35 after the recovery there. And that's another one that we're talking about as well. Fumbles, 2 or 3 fumbles tonight, if I'm not mistaken, from this Foothill team.
Yeah, just a few. It's a wet ball on a dry night, I guess.
Was that even fumbled or am I seeing things?
May not have been, but that's okay. It's
Yeah,
late.
exactly. It's like, hey.
It's almost 9 p.m.
Is that late already? Yeah. We've been out all day, and now we got some action-packed here for the second half. The pistol set. Gonzalez will be the quarterback in for Foothill. 3 receivers split out near side. They throw it into the flats. That's caught by Alex Morrell, but the athleticism of Morrell only gains him. Man, doesn't even give him anything. He might have lost a yard on the play or half a yard on the play.
Zeke Thomas, who made the tackle on that play, has not missed a step.
He's
took
been
no
good.
time off in between the first half and this one.
When I saw the roster and saw an only sophomore, like, how does that happen? But then when I went to the tape, Zeke Thomas is one of those guys. He is a leader for this team, and he's a stud. Pistol set once again for Gonzalez, 2nd and 10. They motion the tight end left to right, and that's Daniel Gregg there. He's the blocking tight end. Hand off to Hawkins. Across the formation on the left-hand side. Hawkins fighting forward, uses the momentum to push his way out to the 41-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and just about 4.
Good work by Hawkins. The initial contact looked like the drive or the play might have been over, but he kept moving.
Yeah, Josiah Luia able to get a big block on that side, and it makes it 3rd and manageable here. 13:38, counting down, driving left to right are the Owls of Foothill. Snap is off, handoff along the right-hand side. Plenty of space, cuts it back out to the 50-yard line, and plenty of room in front of him. Brought down at the 40-yard line. Destin Hawkins rips the ball forward for a big gain on 3rd down.
I mean, that's what you got to see coming out of halftime. You're trying to get the momentum back. You're sort of expected to kind of cruise, and it hasn't been going that way. These are the plays that when everything goes right, you start to feel some confidence.
Over a 15-yard run on the play as he squeaks forward for the gain. 13:02, counting down in this this 3rd quarter of play. Definitely a more calm offense under the tutelage of Antonio Gonzalez there. The motion, Gregg over the left-hand side, and it's going to be another handoff. This one goes Frazier. Frazier up the middle of the defense. Jump cuts at the 25-yard line. Far sideline, 15, 10, 5. Can he stay in bounds? No!
Well, at
Frazier.
the beginning of the game, Foothill was running the ball whenever and wherever they wanted. And they kind of moved away from that, but they're returning to it to start the half, and again, it's working.
Let's see where they mark him down. That won't be at the 7-yard line. A 33-yard rush on the play by the sophomore running back out of Kings Academy, Jaden Frazier. And Frazier's had a lot of success in the second half. When Destin Hawkins started coughing it up, they put Frazier in the game, and he's been a physical runner for this Foothill team. 12-10, counting down inside of the red zone. They'll mark it down at the 7-yard line here. Pistol set once again. Gonzalez going to pump fake. He's going to be pressured. And no, he actually hands the ball off at the last moment. That one eluded me, as I believe that was Destin Hawkins back in the backfield. And he falls forward inside of the 5-yard line. They'll mark it down at the 2. Darrell Williams, the defensive end on the tackle for the Seahawks.
They're just good red zone defense by Cabrillo.
We'll see what they have to offer here. They are in a rut here inside of the 5-yard line at the 3-yard line. It's another spread set here. Hawkins off the right hip of Gonzalez, adding that shotgun set. 3 receivers to the near side. 5 seconds counting down. 4, 3. Snap is off. Belt high snap. Throws a crossing pattern across the middle. Is he able to pick it up? Yes. Touchdown on the quick slant. Elijah Thomas came off that side, found the opening with the timing route from his sophomore quarterback, and that is a Foothill score to open up the second half of action. 11-16 remaining in the 3rd quarter of play.
The slant game, has been working for Foothill in the red zone. They scored a touchdown earlier in the game on a very similar play. They have mismatches on the corners there. Foothill's receivers are just a bit bigger, and if they can get that step inside, it's kind of over.
Hernandez to snap, Price to hold, out to kick is Ty Goldsberry. Only missed 1 PAT on the season so far. Snap is off, hold is down, kick is up. And it's no good. The old broadcaster's jinx. I am terribly sorry, Goldsberry. 23-14 is the score after the missed kick. 9-point lead for the Foothill Owls, but they definitely have something working under Gonzalez.
Well, a good drive to start.
Yeah,
good way to come out. I mean, if you're Foothill, you want to make a statement that you're not going to let anyone back into this.
And the fans are starting to get involved in this game again. Foothill having one of the better fan bases here at the junior college level. They got a lot of friends and family out here cheering hard for their Owls.
There's a lot of action down there.
Yeah, so both the drives were inside of the red zone. One of them was set up, the Cabrillo drives rather. It was capped off inside of the red zone. So one of them was set up by a pick six that put Foothill's defense in a precarious position, and the other one was a nice drive composed by that freshman quarterback, Magana. So Ty Goldsberry, after missing the PAT, he'll line up to boot this one away. He's kicking left to right this time around. And on the other side, that's Nathaniel Bendo on the return game. Runs forward, boots this one away. This is going to be a short kick. This is handled by Kobe Hatton. Out at the 5-yard line, he jump cuts out to the 15, and man, a flag comes in, but he's swarmed down by the special teams unit. So we'll see what the penalty on the play is, but he's marked down inside of the 20.
Great return defense. Fill the lanes, stay with your assignments.
Yeah, that's just textbook. But more dirty laundry on the field. We're seeing litter left and right. Heavily officiated game, and I mean, to be honest, there haven't been that many bad calls. They've been good calls across the board. So I guess they decided to pick that one up because there's nothing out there now. They heard me complaining from the booth, right?
The refs are going to get their stat line with this game.
Yardage by ref. From the 18-yard line, that's Magana once again. Magana hands off right-hand side, runs into two different defenders. That's Hatton there, just trying to get everything he can, and works his way out to the 20-yard line after a one-yard game.
The run game worked for Cabrillo last half. It would make sense that they're going to try to stick with it again, if not lean on it more.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get back into this game, though, so you're going to have a balanced offense. But as Hatton carried the ball, there's an injured man on the field, so we'll take the quick break as well. So 23-14 is the score. Cabrillo College comes forward. They drive all the way down the field on their opening possession, miss the PAT, and that gives us our score with a 9-point lead. So out to a break here on NorCal Sports TV, Foothill football versus Cabrillo.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. Vertical Raise, Foothill Football's #1 choice for online fundraising. Stay Smokin BBQ, Foothill Football's choice for meat. Pro Sports Training, the training that gets you better. Athletic Force, may the athletic force be with you. American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. The NCS TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 5-day overnight basketball camp in the Sierra Foothills for 4th through 12th grade boys and girls. Go to norcalsportstv.com for...
I believe that was Pelez down on the field, able to walk off on his own power. Two players fell on top of him at the end of the play, but it's 2nd and 9 for Magana. Handoff once again, right-hand side. They keep testing the waters along that right hand of the offensive line. Seems like they have some matchup that they like, but for the second time, Hatton only gets about a carry, 1 yard on the carry, rather. Yeah, just really good job there by Foothill, scraping down with their defensive line, filling those gaps. And that's what you love to see as a former big man on the defensive line there. Hatton getting the lion's share of the carries. Valencia's got a few carries last week, a few carries last week, 27 carries. He's got a few carries in this game, but out of the shotgun spread, we'll see what Magana has to offer here.
I got some referee adjustments here.
Yeah, man, it's looking very theatrical in the backfield there. Magana heels around the 14-yard line. Calls for the snap, handles it well, throws it out to the forehand side, and was that caught? Yes, it was. Brought down past the sticks, and that's another conversion for the Seahawks. But man, two men down on the field, one on each side. A nice pitch and catch from Magana to his receiver there.
That was a great grab. I believe that was Isaiah Cruz.
Yeah, Isaiah Cruz, the wide receiver, and both of them just kind of got shaken up on the play. So there's an official timeout for injury on the field. We'll take it as well. A lot of injuries racking up in the latter part of this game. 28-3. Foothill, or 23-14. Man, that was a little rough one.
It's late.
And yeah, exactly. It's late. Foothill football after dark, right? On NorCal Sports TV.
Training, NorCal's #1 speed, strength, and skill training program. In business since 2001. Over 250 scholarship athletes produced. Elite sports performance training for athletes 10 and up. All sports and all positions. Year-round training. Call them at 408-691-1223 to learn more. The training that gets you better. Athletic Force. Athletic Force is a local Bay Area equipment and gear manufacturer. They specialize in uniforms and gear for all sports. 7-on-7, tackle football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and much, much more. Professional service with the best turnaround times in the business. High quality product for fair prices. Call, email, or follow them on social media at Athletic Force 1 to learn more. May the Athletic Force be with you.
Austin Payne getting carted off after apparent low leg injury. We're not going to speculate on anything of what it is, but not looking good for the young defensive player. Happy to see him at least be able to get up there. Oh, that's actually 35. Let's see if we can get a proper number there. That's Marcus Huffernan, the 6'2 defensive back out of Buffalo. Man, a lot of injuries and a lot of penalties. This game has been herky-jerky, and you talked about at the beginning of the game, Josh, you talked about this pacing and could possibly be hurting the Foothill Owls. They're used to being able to go, 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 and in this case, it's stop, stop, stop.
Yeah, they haven't really been able to do what they've wanted, which is probably a bit of a surprise for Foothill themselves.
Yeah, exactly. When you've been rolling teams left and right, facing some adversity, possibly end up being a trap game. Oscar Magana out of the pistol set here. Between the hash marks along the 30-yard line, it's another rush up the middle. He was hit right at the sticks, but the second effort pushes Hatton forward to the 37.
Well, he just kept moving. It looked like he might have been down first. Kept the legs churning.
Falake Vete, the defensive tackle there. So second down and manageable here, second down and 3. And Oscar Magana is going to look to the near sideline to make an adjustment. 2 high safeties across the board. Magana with the chest high snap. It's going to be another handoff this time. He's wrapped up in the backfield and taken down Hatton there. If he could have broken past the arm tackler of what I believe to be Falake Vete again, he would have had some space, but instead it's going to be 3rd down and 4.
This is a big 3rd down for Cabrillo. It's early in the second half, but the momentum seems to be shifting. And it's a tough matchup, the offense versus the defense, so you want to get a score now.
So that was actually Curtis Francis on the tackle, 97 compared to 91. 3rd down and 3 officially on the field. 8:25 counting down. Snap is off. It's going to be another handoff. Patience in the backfield, but he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage. It looked like there were some rushers in the backfield trying to use his space, but instead, Curtis Francis left and right. He's been making an impact in this game. So, with that, you had a man taken down on the field. That was Marcus Huffernan, but this team is able to get off the field for the first time on defense in the half. 7:53 counting down, and that's Aiden Schroeder trotting his way out from the field, and we're going to see a traditional punt this time. Last few punts have been that rugby-style punt, but a straightaway punt will be fielded down, keeps it rolling, man. That took a brilliant Cabrillo bounce. That one was dropped down at about the 31-yard line and took a 7-yard skip forward. So inside of the 25-yard line, it'll be marked down at the 23, and Foothill will have the ball from there.
Great punt. Nothing better. Nothing better than a good punt from a glove-wearing kicker.
Hey, he's listed as a defensive back and a punter.
He can do it all.
He can do it all. A versatile man. So that was a straightaway punt, but he still got that rugby-style roll on the play. And now we'll see if the offensive unit led by Antonio Gonzalez has something to offer for the second time this half. Pistol set once again from Gonzalez, working left to right from the 23. Another handoff and plenty of space, man. Oh, Hawkins was tripped up and tackled down at the 31-yard line, rushing forward for a gain of just about 8 on the play. A nice pickup, but he could have broken that one free if he just could have stepped over the defender.
Darrell Williams made a shoestring tackle.
Yeah.
That was a clutch tackle.
That was an ankle biter for sure. Second down and 2, but maybe we see a shot. We saw a lot of shot opportunities not really connect with Brady Hutchinson in the first half. Maybe we'll see a shot on second down and short from Antonio Gonzalez. The Renegade's been working. 12 personnel once again, 2 tight ends, 1 running back. Stretch off the left-hand side. Nope, it's a quarterback keeper. Throws it, and it's caught wide open at the 43-yard line. Top of the numbers, 50, breaks 1 tackler. Makes his way to the sideline. He's up to the 25. The 10-5 touchdown, Foothill.
Well, that's why Cabrillo wanted to convert on their last drive, because you didn't want this to happen. Now it feels like the game might be going in the wrong direction if you're Cabrillo.
Izau Fifita, the tight end, comes in the rushing game, and he has a wide open spot in the middle of the field, and he takes that ball all the way forward for the touchdown. 70 yards on the play, and that's a big pickup. The momentum has officially swung back in the direction of Foothill.
I mean, that was just a middle of the field pass, no one around. At that point, it was watching an athlete do what he does.
Yeah, I mean, that was heavy play action along the left-hand side. He got me faked out for a moment, and then Gonzalez pulled that ball out, had it himself. Didn't take the deep shot, but found the man wide open. And then Fafita did it all himself to take it in the end zone. A few broken tackles and a quick sprint along the near sideline. And that's 6+7 with the Goldsberry PAT right there for the touchdown for the Owls.
Well, the Owls, they got to be feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, the swagger's back for sure.
Who knows what was said? It's all about the adjustments at halftime. That's the trick.
That is always the trick, man. You love your halftime adjustments.
Love them. Changes the whole game.
We're at the Cal game earlier today before we were coming down to this one, and we were talking about how Wilcox needs those adjustments at halftime, and Cal ended up coming back, getting that win against the University of Arizona, and now we're seeing some brilliant halftime adjustments by Matt Revio and his staff on the other side of the ball as well.
That's the trick. That's a trick at every level.
I don't think it's a trick. I just think that's what you do.
that must be coaching.
That must be coaching. I love it. Ty Goldsberry, the last kick was able to be returned. And now Hatton and Bendo, their heels are at the 5 and at the goal line to boot this one away. From the 35-yard line, Goldsberry's going to jot back, and let's see what his big right leg's able to do. Hands are up. Jotting forward, boots this one away. A nice little contact on that play, but it's going to be fair caught at the 4-yard line. And that's a rule I'd love to see. It was implemented a couple years back at college football on all the levels, but hey, if you just don't want to take that kick, it doesn't matter that it was kicked a little short. You just call for the fair catch, bring that one out to the 25, and see what your young quarterback's able to do on a second attempt.
Yeah, there's no reason to get fancy or risk anything. At this point, you got to kind of come back to where you were. It's a good opportunity to start completely fresh.
Yeah, and I mean, it's technically still a 2-possession game with the missed PAT attempt earlier. It's only a 16-point game. I mean, that's a tall task, especially against such a talented team like Foothill, but it's still 30-14. Cabrillo College with 6:31 rather, counting down in the second. Pardon me, man, it's late. In this third quarter, rather.
9 p.m.
Yeah, 9 p.m. And this third quarter, we'll see what they have to do. Oscar Magana out of the shotgun set here. Awaits the ball, motions his receiver across on the handoff and the jet sweep action. Has some space laterally, but instead sidesteps and he's knocked out of bounds. That's Nathaniel Bendo. Bendo, one of the key receivers on this team. 3 catches for 91 yards last week.
Good tackle by Stefan Cameron.
Just a terrific attempt by Stefan Cameron there. And it's one of those things, freshman quarterback out of Terra Nova is playing at this level for the first time. He thought he had just that extra gear, tried to shift it into 6th gear and found that, hey, he doesn't have a 6th gear. He just has 5. A little manual transmission joke there.
Yeah, that's good. You drive a Tesla, though.
No gears in my car. All right, shotgun spread once again for Magana. Magana plops for the ball, gets the belly high snap. He's going to throw it. It's a go round down the near sideline. A well contested ball. No flags come out on the play. And that's Jason Mullen. They've tried to get him going along that near sideline many times tonight, but good coverage across the board for Foothill.
That was a great covered ball.
Yes,
Stephon Cameron again.
But it's one of those things where he wasn't able to whip his head back to play the ball, but he just gave enough space. He knew how far away the receiver was from the sideline, so he used that sideline as an extra defender. And now it's going to be 3rd down and long. So 3rd down and 11 officially on the field from the 24-yard line. Not much going for Magana and the staff. Magana tries that near side once again, and this one's a duck, one-handed grab, and that's snagged in for the 2nd interception of the game.
Wow,
Stephon Cameron, man,
all over this drive. He was
had his
covering on the last
there.
play. He made a big tackle earlier and a huge one-handed interception.
Man, talk about the Owls sinking their claws into this game. They're doing it here. It seemed like a miscommunication between the quarterback and the intended receiver. I don't even know who the nearest man was, but that duck was batted up in the air, and the Foothill Owls came and swooped down, and they got themselves some dinner on that drive.
Jason Mullen was standing there, wide receiver for Cabrillo. He was open in the flat. He was just sitting there. Quarterback just missed him.
Yeah, absolutely. Just missed him. So a freshman mistake from the freshman quarterback. And on the other side, you'll see the sophomore in Gonzalez. This offense has been running so smoothly under him tonight. Gonzalez pump fakes. He throws it, and I don't know what that one was. The closest receiver was Fafita. He stands about 6'2", but that ball was thrown out to the 40-yard line where he was marked down he was standing over around the 35.
Yeah, we call that a miss, Max.
And there's Airmail, and then
there's something. Though there may have been some miscommunication because.
Yeah, I think so, because maybe he was trying to run a 10-yard out instead. He ran a 5-yard dig.
Yeah, I mean he did. He patted his chest back toward the quarterback sort of to signal like that. Maybe not my bad.
So a duck on one end and an owl flying through the sky on that one. Daniel Gregg into the game. Handoff left-hand side. Herrera's having some space now. And Herrera got a couple carries early on in this game, but he rips a chunk of 10 yards, and that'll move the chain.
Just a great run. Nothing more you can say about that. Good blocking up ahead of him. Sort of.
He had a sea of defenders glide out of his way there. Brilliant job from the front 5 here. It'll be 3rd down and 1 on the field, so it doesn't look like he actually got that first down yardage, but another pistol look, and we'll see if they're able to pick it up here. Pressure comes off the fingertips of Gonzalez, but a flag comes in. Man, that was a well-timed blitz from the Seahawks defense, but it's all for naught if this is an offsides on them. Now it's a false start, so the pressure from Cabrillo proves to be true. Just a little too much giddy. Hey, is it fair to say the yips?
Might be fair to say.
The guard jumped early there. Usually talk about the yips with your kicker, but now you're getting a little shaking.
Little O-line yip.
Let's call that one a hiccup. You know, the big ones up front.
Yeah, hiccup.
There's a little hiccup there. 4:36 counting down to this 3rd quarter of play. Motions the tight end, another handoff along the right-hand side. Destin Hawkins, patience, and that pays off. Not many times you say, hey, it's 3rd and 5, we need a conversion, give it to the running back, but here Destin Hawkins rips one forward, a gain of 7, and a 1st down for Foothill.
Just going back to what works. Go back to the well, if it's not broken.
It's one of those things, though. Destin Hawkins gets hit in the backfield, but it's the yards after contact.
Yeah.
We love to hear it in the NFL, and it's here tonight. Yak, yak, yak.
Yeah, it's all about the yak.
Back out the left side and the shotgun snap now. Gets the snap back from the center. Plenty of time to throw. Has a man wide open along the 33-yard line. Shifts his hips and continues to fall forward. And that's another catch by Alex Morrell. 8-yard pickup on the play.
Morrell's having a great game. He's catching balls. He's like a magnet out there.
Yeah, absolutely a magnet. Gain of 8 on the play to make it 2nd down and manageable here. 2nd down and short. That's not even manageable. 3:20 counting down. continue to come out in this pistol look. It's been working so well. 2 receivers split out wide. Lone receiver on the bottom is Elijah Thomas. They throw it out on the far side, and that's another catch by Morrell. Morrell along the far sideline. And a nice move to the 14.
There's a flag on the Cabrillo side of the field.
I mean, this is just good. I mean, this is truly pose and experience from Gonzalez. He's making the right reads every single time. He sees where the safeties are immediately off the jump. He sees where the corners are lined up. He knows zone man coverage. And he is really doing a tremendous job tonight.
Cabrillo again offside. This is their second or third offsides.
So the flags are flying in the way of the Seahawks this time around. The Owls had the litter on the field last time, but now the Seahawks racking up that. The ball will be spotted along the far hash mark at the 15. 2 receivers split out to the near side of the field, up back off the left-hand side. They shift the up back to the right-hand side. It's another handoff, stretch over the right. Plenty of space along the 10. Tries to use the speed to get to the edge, and he's dropped down at the 6-yard line. Jaden Frazier. Another flag, man.
Jaden Frazier there, he had a good run. It was Cabrillo's corner there who was able to get off of the block and the wide receiver make the tackle, which was a great play.
It'll likely be a chop block. Nope, it's a holding instead. So holding on the offense, and that's going to bring them back once again.
Remember what happened last time Foothill was getting penalties in the red zone.
Yeah, it resulted in a poor play. And yeah, just a hold in the secondary on number 12 for Foothill. That's Jaquan Brackenridge. So Jaquan is actually the lead receiver for this this Foothill team. But tonight, not getting much going his direction. He leads the team coming into this game with 175 yards, but it looks like that title will go to Morrell after this one. Now, Herrera checks into this game now. And it's 1st and 10 from the, or 1st and 11 rather. Quick pass out to the far side. That one's dropped off the fingertips of Thomas.
Looks like he almost had it and then made a step.
Yeah, I think he just hadn't pressed coverage on top of him, and he was looking ahead before he had the chance to catch the ball. Yeah, one-on-one coverage there and just got a little too far ahead of himself.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you can hear the defender closing in. You also want to know where you are on the field. You want to know how close you are to the end zone. You're thinking before you make the catch. It's hard to make the catch.
Yeah. You got to play in the moment. That's why they call it the zone, right?
No, you brought heat today.
Another motion for the tight end, checking the motion. Herrera. Oh, pressure came. A linebacker blitz from Braden to Cousin, and a big tackle for loss. And you might have jinxed them, Josh. This one will be brought back out to the 21-yard line, and Foothill continuing to face some adversity as the flags pile up, and they're pushed outside of the red zone now. 3rd down and very long.
Yeah, again, this is Foothill just beating themselves. Not really anything Cabrillo's doing.
Still technically a 2-point game. I guess it's not technically. It is. It's 16 points. So 2-possession game for Cabrillo. Yeah, 2-score game.
Makes it sound closer.
I mean, this has been a pretty good job from Cabrillo.
It has, yeah.
They're definitely showing up and exceeding expectations. Pressure comes, throws off his back foot, tries to find his man in the back of the end zone, and Gonzalez unable to hook up with Morrell. The pressure from the Seahawks came, and now let's see if we'll see a Ty Goldsberry field goal attempt.
That was great work by Saul Somoza, who just came flying through the offensive line there, almost completely untouched.
Zeke Thomas was on the coverage as well, so a good job from top to bottom, connecting as a team. So Goldberry lines up for the 38-yard attempt. And they'll call it 39 over the PA mic, so we'll go with that as well. Rice to hold, Hernandez to snap. And that might be a false start. Yep. Another false start, so that's going to push them back by 5.
Makes this kick.
So 43-44. Let's see if we got a big leg behind Ty Goldsberry. He hit a 54-yarder at the end of the half in that last game against Gavilan. Well, they won't give him the opportunity, though. Let's call it 33, 34, or 43. Sorry, a little bit of dyscalculia hit me right there. So officially a 43-yard attempt here from the 26-yard line, 1:39 remaining, kicking left or right. Snap is off, hold is down, kick is up. He's got the leg. Does he have the accuracy? Splits the uprights, and that's a big kick from Goldsberry.
He had a ways to go, too. They could have
that would have
more.
That had at least 50 yards written in it. You can see why they feel so comfortable with him as a kicker. Had some great performances and some game-winning kicks last year, and Goldsberry continues to show that he is worth all his weight in gold for this Owls team. 33-14, 1:32 remaining in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break here on NorCal Sports TV.
Training, NorCal's #1 speed, strength, and skill training program. In business since 2001. Over 250 scholarship athletes produced. Elite sports performance training for athletes 10 and up. All sports and all positions. Year-round training. Call them at 408-691-1223 to learn more. The training that gets you better. Athletic Force. Athletic Force is a local Bay Area equipment and gear manufacturer. They specialize in uniforms and gear for all sports. 7-on-7, tackle football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and much, much more. Professional service with the best turnaround times in the business. High quality product for fair prices. Call, email, or follow them on social media at Athletic Force 1 to learn more. May the Athletic Force be with you.
Bendo deep for the Seahawks. Hatton's back there as well. They've had some opportunities, but fair catch called in the last two of them. 1:32 counting down in this third quarter of play. Raises the right hand, ready to kick it away is Goldsberry. Goldsberry jots forward, booms the big right leg, and this won't be fair caught once again. I mean, I think it's just one of those things where, he can put it all the way in the back of the end zone, but that height makes it a little easy. He just gets that little chip shot. Almost like I was trying to make a golf reference, but I don't know enough about golf. But yeah, he chipped it up in the air, and that's another fair catch. Bring it out to the 25-yard line and see if the Seahawks have anything different in store now.
He's using like an 8 iron, an 8 or a 9. You get a lot of loft on that one.
9-iron is the only club I can actually swing. So
there you go.
There you go. That's my magic. I gotta write that one in the book for next time.
Yeah, save that one.
So Fafita's on the sideline working out with the trainer, so that might be something big to take account of in this next upcoming drive. But now Magana comes out once again. Two receivers split out to the near side of the field, up back off that left-hand side. He comes out from the 25-yard line between the hash marks. Motions his receiver behind him, another handoff, and continuing to stay dedicated to the running game. A rush burst forward for about a gain of 5 out to the 30-yard line, right hash there.
That was a hard run.
Yeah,
ran into some bodies, ran into a wall, but kept moving.
Hatton is only 5'9", but he is a in-between-the-tackles runner.
It runs over somebody.
We don't have any weights on this team, unfortunately, but doesn't look like too big of a running back. Only, I'd probably say 5'9", about $170, but man, he's physical. Extra offensive lineman, they run counter here. Nope, it's actually a pass. Throws it, another shot near side. Trying to adjust to the ball, but a terrific job at the end of the play by Stephon Cameron. Cameron is everywhere on the game. The intended receiver was Irving at the 45, but 2-on-2 crime, and that is Cameron getting the win on that possession.
Yeah, he's been a lockdown corner. Nothing gets by him. At least it seems that way. That was a great play, great coverage. Way to stay close but not cause the contact. Perfect.
So, out of the shotgun with the extra offensive line as an up back off the left side here. Magana, quick snap. Instead of throwing into the flats, he's going to motion his man deeper down the field, trying to adjust to that ball, but off the fingertips. Wasn't able to complete that diamond with his pinky and his ring finger, trying to get the over-the-shoulder ball. And that's going to be another 3-and-out for the Seahawks.
Yeah, and I mean, you'll see here, but their quarterback, Oscar Magana, doesn't look any direction but left.
No, I mean, that was a one-play or a one-route drive at the end of it because he just looked to his left. I like the creativity of him being able to roll out, and then instead of just throwing into the flats for no gain or possibly a loss on the play, he tried to extend it. He tried to be crafty.
Right.
I like
he
that
had so
aspect.
much time in the pocket there. Really wasn't much of a rush. The O-line was holding pretty well. he had some time to look for some reads.
Trotter, another low punt. This one will be fielded at the 42-yard line, directly into the face. The ball is out. Let's see if he was down before they call it here. If it is the ball, or if the ball did pop out, it will be Seahawks ball, but it looks like the immediate tackle will set the ball down at the 41-yard line. And Curtis Price has had a pretty good night, but that wasn't the wisest of catches this time around.
Yeah, Foothill's had a couple of those close calls, some balls that may or may not have been fumbled. That one looked like he was down before it popped out.
Yeah, it definitely was. And Zeke Thomas coming up on special teams. He's been one of the bright spots on defense for the Foothill, or for, pardon me, the Seahawks of Cabrillo.
You got it.
The charm there. And now Foothill in the final minute of this third quarter of play comes out on offense again. Is this the third or the fourth possession?
Really good question.
I think that's the fourth possession, and another hand up to Frazier. Frazier breaks 2 tackles in the backfield. He's taking the team with them forward for a ride and a gain of 4. That was one of the hardest earned 4-yard rushes I've seen in a long time.
That was hard work. Also, like, it hurt quite a bit a few times.
Like right here, bam, boop, breaks 2 tackles in the backfield, and that's the yak we've been talking about.
Yeah, but not a problem. Kept moving.
Frazier is a physical back, 6 foot 182, but yeah, he is. He's been that man in place of Destin Hawkins. So that's the defensive tackle, Saul Somoza, checking off. So and they tapped his helmet, maybe some concussion protocol or something. Hopefully that's not it. Don't want to speculate much. So 55 comes in his place, and that is Jason Patrick, the 5'10 freshman out of Aptos. Gain of 4 on the play there. And the play clock, it started running again. It stopped for a moment, and this will likely take us to the fourth. 33-14 is the score as we eclipse the last, or elapse, man. Words are hard tonight.
Yeah, one of those.
Exactly.
All 3 of them, really.
There you go. Throw your 4s up in the air. Foothill 33, Cabrillo 14. Cabrillo had all the momentum going in the halftime, but those second half adjustments, or those halftime adjustments rather, for Foothill College, putting them up. Yeah, so let's take a quick break on here in NorCal Sports TV and be back on the other side. Second and 6 on that for the Owls. Throw your 4s up, working right to left. They shift the sides of the field here. Gonzalez doing a tremendous job in relief for Brady Hutchinson here. Hutchinson got the start, and Gonzalez is finishing this game off. Another flag on the play, man. Time after time, this has been the theme. This game has been running pretty late. 9:20 on the clock here, West Coast time. And this one's going to go against the Owls. Will push them back 5 yards, and now instead of a 2nd and 6, it'll be a 2nd and 11. So let's see if we can continue to get this running game going. Gonzalez. All right, the clock resets to 15 as that was the first play of the quarter. So 15 minutes on the clock, counting down now. I'm not going to concern myself with the scoreboard. Instead, it's going to be a pass attempt. And man, striking there, and Jaquan Bracker is no good.
He was open. That was, again, just a miss.
He had time to go deep and just missed it over the top.
There was nobody around him. If they connect, that's 6.
Yeah, Gonzalez and Hutchinson tonight just struggling with the deep ball. They're definitely going to be drilling that in practice next week. So Clock stops at 14:51 remaining in this fourth quarter. And the Foothill Owls jotting out on defense, or pardon me, on offense in their pistol. Motioning the receiver across the formation. It's going to be a screen pass underneath. Caught at the 40. Oh, plenty of space in front of him for a hash mark. And the big body runs out to the 25, tackled inside of the 25-yard line. Destin Hawkins hasn't really had much success in the passing game this year, but he rips one forward on the running back screen.
Knopf Sabler made a touchdown saving grab, touchdown saving tackle. That screen pass, too, a little dicey. It was a one-handed catch.
Yeah, that was a dicey pass indeed. Gain of 35 on the play, and that's more yardage through the air that Hawkins has had all season on that one pass. Clock continues to run down. 14:07 counting down in this fourth quarter of play, and knocking on the red zone is the team in red, the Foothill Owls. 3 receivers bunched out to that far side from the far hash mark along the 30, or pardon me, that's the 26. Gonzalez, he's going to pass it. And a touch pass over to Alex Morrell along the far sideline goes out of bounds. And that's going to make it 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Great deflection by Braden Arnold.
Braden Arnold, the 5'7" freshman. A lot of size he's given up there, but he made up for it with hustle and heart there.
What flavor Gatorade do you think is in there?
Is that the game we're playing now?
I'm just curious. I'm trying to look in the cups.
Hey.
Can't tell.
The team's wearing red Gatorade.
Interesting.
I like it. Snap is off, another handoff over the left-hand side. Runs up the middle, plenty of space for Herrera before being taken down. They needed 10 on 2nd down and 10, and he gave them 9, making it 3rd down and short. Herrera, man, hasn't gotten that many carries tonight, but every single one has just been a full-out sprint up the gut and getting close to the sticks.
Yeah, he hasn't had a lot, but the ones that he has had has been massive.
Yeah, definitely.
Efficiency. That's what we call that.
That's what we call it. Just like Destin Hawkins coming in this game with all those stout leading rushes and only, how many carries was that again? 40. Efficiency, that's the name of the game. And when you get those flags, the efficiency doesn't fly, and then that's when you start to have these problems.
Yeah.
Foothill turning things around here. From the 16, and man, is that going to be a timeout? Yes, it is. So trying to avoid the delay of game. That won't be a timeout by Foothill. We'll take it with them. 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter to play. Foothill 33, Cabrillo 14 on NorCal Sports TV.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. Vertical Raise, Foothill Football's #1 choice for online fundraising. Stay Smokin BBQ, Foothill Football's choice for meat. Pro Sports Training, the training that gets you better. Athletic Force, may the athletic force be with you. American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. The NCS TV Summer Sleepaway Basketball Camp, 5-day overnight basketball camp in the Sierra Foothills for 4th through 12th grade boys and girls. Go to norcalsportstv.com/camp to learn more and to register.
3rd and 2, they'll come out with the tight end Fafita, motioning right to left. It's another counter handoff, jump cuts in the backfield. Herrera, man, nowhere to go in there. Just nice pressure from the interior front 7.
Yeah,
that'll make it 4th down. Will they go for it here, or will you see the kicker again? So it looks like the offense is staying on the field. They're saying, hey, we've been rushing the ball all night long. Try to get a little too fancy on the counter play there, but Gonzalez truly showing he can lead this team well. Gonzalez, the numbers haven't looked amazing for him so far this year, but man, it's just been, he's the calming force for this team. Pistol set, it's gonna be a pass, a wide open pass caught into the flats there. He needed 4 on the pickup, he ends up getting 6, and that's a pitch and catch over to Curtis Price from the right arm of Gonzalez.
Good play call on 4th down.
Yeah,
I think everyone thought it was going to be a run just with the way they've been dominating the run game, like the short, quick passes.
I mean, that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
It's like the deep ball hasn't been working, but we've seen time and time again these crossing routes across the middle, these quick slants, these drag routes. That's been the bread and butter. It's just been rush, 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 a few passes to keep this game balanced.
No need to get fancy. No hook and ladder.
No hook and ladder. It was trips out, and now it's going to be 2 receivers stacked on each side. 1st and 10. They're going to go for the go route this time. Coming back, fighting for the ball. Jaquan Brackenridge had that ball in his hands, but great coverage by Matt Percival. Able to cover that up.
Yeah, that was just an underthrown ball.
It was underthrown, but Brackenridge really came back to try to adjust it. But
he did. That was a good effort.
Make it 2nd and 10. And Brackenridge, you see why the coaching staff likes this guy so much. The 6', 173 freshman out of Billings Catholic. 11:26 counting down in this 4th quarter of play. 2nd and 10 from the 13-yard line here. Shotgun spread, pitch out to the motion man. He's had some space. He has a lane out to the 10-yard line, the 5-yard line, tackle down inside of the 5. Jaquan Brackenridge hasn't really been getting many attempts in terms of the passing game, but his second rush attempt on that toss play is good. So it's like a jet sweep, but it's a reverse toss instead of just a straight handoff.
And you can tell when he got up, he was thinking end zone the whole way. When he got up from that tackle, he was visibly frustrated. He thought he was right there, and he was close. But just a good play by Cabrillo.
11 minutes counting down here. 33-14 is the score. And the Foothill Owls trying to pin on some more points. Put your ears back. We're likely going to see a dash up the middle from Hawkins. 12 personnel. Heavy set here. Snap is off. It's going to be a quick pass. Another drag route across the middle. This one slinged right into the chest of the Foothill receiver, and that's a touchdown for Alex Morel.
That's a 2nd touchdown on the same play in almost the same spot of the end zone.
Yeah, that
it works.
Inside route was just...
The inside route works. It's the mismatches. It's the size difference. It helps. If you get a step ahead of the corner, you're gone if you have that much size over them. Nothing you can do about it.
Nothing at all. They're just using their stats advantage in terms of size, and that'll be the 39th point there. Pin 6 more on the board. We'll await the PAT attempt by Goldsberry. Snap is off. Hold us down. Kick is up. And it's good. Extra point attempt makes it a 40-14 game. And Cabrillo's let this one slip away heavily.
Yeah, this has been a different half Foothill and a different half for Cabrillo in the wrong direction for Cabrillo.
What was it? It was 9 penalties for 90 yards or something like that for Foothill coming forward. They've had a couple penalties their direction, but yeah, they've definitely cleaned it up here. So another shout out to our sponsors, Foothill Football, coming out bringing you the action tonight. Vertical Rise, thank you so much. The Foothill College Football Fundraiser, donate now. Stay Smokin BBQ, man. I'm still hungry smelling them in there.
Don't even talk about it.
Pro sports training. Increase your 40-yard dash with the experts. Athletic Force, man. Look at that swag. And American Asphalt. Paving the planet. Oh, also, we got another one here. NorCal Sports TV Summer Camp. Sign up now. You got the link on your screen. Hands up in the air, and we're ready to kick it right to left with Ty Goldsberry once again. 10:37 counting down in this 4th quarter of play. Another fair catch called for this time. It's Hatton. Instead, he just lets it bounce over the top of his head, and from the 25 working left to right. Let's see what they send out at quarterback.
Well, at this point, if you're Cabrillo, I guess the question is, do we go to the air or do we keep playing the game that we've been playing?
So in the one game that they were forced to go to the air, and they really struggled. That was an 8 for 23 passing attempt by Rafael Bendo against Feather River. But in every game where they've seen their bread and butter and where they've been eating has been on the ground. I think at this point, I mean, it's a really far uphill battle. I know you're going to play this one out to the end, but as a 26-point game, it's 4 possessions here in the 4th quarter. I think you just keep on working. Yeah, you just keep on working on what you've got.
How many points did Tracy McGrady score in those last few minutes?
What was it, 11 points or something like that?
Anything's possible.
Anything or anything, man. Come on. Swing pass onto the flats. Caught at the 21-yard line. And, 3 different tacklers come in to make the play. Jackson Benjamin, rather, the man to lead the charge. Yeah, I mean, we see crazier things happen, and I mean, it's just, I think more than anything, you got your first win of the season last time. You're still trying to build that culture here after a couple years off not having football in Cabrillo. And you just work with what your system is at this point. Use these as live reps. Shotgun spread. Magana is going to be the man all the way through. That's what it seems, at least. Clock is counting down inside of 10 minutes now. Looks to the far hand side, rolls out to his right instead. Slowly jots forward, trying to call the set. Throws it. It's caught along the near sideline. Let's see if he got his feet in.
Way to hang in there. He took a bit of a shot at the end.
And he took a shot at the end of the play, and that'll be just enough yardage for the first down if it stands. Another flag comes on the field, and it looks like he's actually marked about a yard short of the play instead. And just creativity from the quarterback, able to extend the play, drive down the near sideline. And there'll be a holding call. Man, that's what also happens when you extend the play a little too long. Your big boys up front get a little tired, they get a little handsy, and that one will bring them all the way back.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, it's tough for Cabrillo because now it's sort of it's kind of a question of how you want to finish. You want to put together a couple of strong drives, sort of get some flow going. Try to see what plays work pretty well, what don't.
Manny Murillo, the 6'2 sophomore, called for the hold. So now it's 2nd and 21 after the holding penalty. The clock continues to count down inside of 9:35. Shotgun spread here for Magana. Magana calls for the ball. He gets the head-high snap. He's going to throw the go route along the far side, and that's picked off. Out at the 40. Breaks one tackler at the 30-yard line. He's looking for reservations for 6 once again, and he's in the end zone. Stephon Cameron, man, what can you not do?
His second pick of the game, and not the most impressive pick that he's made.
Yeah, exactly. 35-yard interception in return. Just lofted the ball underneath. That was an underthrown ball, and they had Cameron's name written all over it. He retreated 5 yards after getting that ball, and then he sprints his way forward, uses the blockers in front of him to just make a convoy into the end zone.
I have a Gatorade color update.
Ooh, can we get the vantage angle? I don't think so.
It looks like it's water.
Ooh, water.
So that's a bit of a wild card.
Ready to see this action from Goldsberry once again. Called his name left and right, man. Snap is off, hold is down, kick is up, and another extra point attempt. He's missed one today, but man, he's been looking great time after time for Goldsberry. Yeah, let's get another look at this baby. He catches the ball out to the 40-yard line.
Slips and tackle, look at that.
Yeah, beautiful job. Just all the defenders knew what to do.
Everyone communicating, locating their blocks, making sure it happens, making sure that the touchdown scored.
4th pick six of the year. It's one of those things where when you have enough times in a game where you see these interceptions, you start to understand the lanes. Usually it takes a long time to be able to really get that feel and that vibe. You practice it, obviously, in the drills, but live action, they've shown time and time again that the blockers know exactly what to do. They've got great assignments, and this is one of the better teams in interception that I've ever seen.
And it's also just speaks to the team that they're up this much,
and they're
still
fighting.
They're still trying to score touchdowns and get blocks.
I think their pride was hurt in that first half. You come in and you have all this bravado and all this swagger, and then, man, you face a team that has really just socked you in the face a couple of times. Obviously, you still had the lead. It was 17-14 at the half, but 30 consecutive points for Foothill in the second half. Shotting forward, swings the leg once again, and I think this is like the 5th or the 6th consecutive fair catch that we've seen, or at least starting field position at that 25.
Yeah, probably a good choice. You want to guarantee a spot. You want to just get the drive going at this point. You're sort of going through your reps.
Yeah, and it shows some maturity from the young players there. Instead of trying to be Superman and making a big play just because you're down so much, it's just playing in the system. Systematic efforts usually end off in some pretty great results. I'm blanking on who the author is, but Atomic Habits is a book that I've been reading. It's just talking about making little small systematic changes and all those little things coming up and becoming a big result at the end of the day. And maybe that's what we're seeing here, just making little tweaks here.
Remember the author of a book about making some changes to improve your life?
Hey, I can't do names. We know this. That's why I have so many things written down in front of me. Another handoff and plenty of space in front of him this time. Oh, he is leveled at the 32-yard line. A really hard hit came the way of Kobe Hatton as he picks up a pickup of just about, they'll call it 8 on the field.
Well, that was a hard hit. The Foothill sideline erupted. They were juiced about that one.
Travis Dampier out of Silver Creek High School, man on the tackle there. Clock continues to run on the rushing attempt. 8:35, turning down. I really like this, though, from Cabrillo. They brought an up back in, but they're like, hey, you're not even going to touch the ball anyways. We're just going to throw another offensive lineman here and just really try to work that physical game. It's like having another pulling guard. And this time the up back swivels his way into the B gap, trying to use the space and counter along the left-hand side, but Hatton, nowhere to go. 3rd down and long.
Loss of 2 on the pressure, loss of 1 on the play, 3rd down and 4.
3rd down and 4 after a loss of 1. I believe that was Ken Erlin on the tackle. Pardon me, that's Jaquan Dickey, the defensive lineman. Big boy out there, 6'1", 355. Another handoff up the middle. And that is Jaquan Dickey. Man, he falls on top of you when you're feeling that one. Look at that big boy come up there, show some swagger, and he's feeling himself after 2 consecutive tackles. 4th down.
Yeah, he is a noticeable presence on the line. You can see him there lined up. You know exactly who he is.
Yeah, scrape down the line, and that's a lot of athleticism from a big boy inside. He's had 6 tackles in the season coming in this game. And he pins 2 more on the board. 8 total tackles for him at a Valley Christian High School. Very promising and always good program here. So instead of going for it on your own 32-yard line, when you see the kicker come out, Aiden Trotter trots his way onto the field for I don't know how many times now, and it's a delay of games though. The flags come in time and time again in this match, but in the second half it's been mostly Cabrillo that they've been called on.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, look, it just shows, right? In the first half, Foothill was getting penalized every which way, almost the entire length of the football field worth of penalties. And they were up by just 3. Once that shifted, they stopped being penalized. Cabrillo started taking the penalties, and it was a completely different game.
It's a low-hanging punt here as, a lot of action along that near sideline as there was some extracurricular activity pushing his man down there. Sean Irving was the man patting it down. The ball was officially fielded down at the 35-yard line. Let's see if we can catch some of this action on the near sideline. Continue to block through the whistle. I love it. Travis Dampier. We were talking about him just a moment ago. He was the man that made the last defensive stop there. And so 6:41 on the clock. This one, hopefully it doesn't start to get a little chippy here. You don't need any extracurricular activities here when the game's pretty much written.
No, you don't. You just got to close it out.
Close it out and close it out strong. So in the first half of play, we saw the young quarterback Brady Hutchinson come out, the freshman out of Acalanes, and he had some success. First 2 drives, and pick 6. That was the 17 points for the Foothill Owls that was scored in the first half. But then after that, Hutchinson got a little upset with himself, started getting in his own head, I believe, and then just started to struggle there at the end of the half. Gonzalez came in for relief duty, and since he's checked into the game, plus 30.
something sorted out here.
Yeah, maybe they're just trying to say calm down. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so unsportsmanlike conduct is called because he pushed him and he dragged him down out of bounds, and also a lot of the activity on the near sideline. But that's not on Foothill.
No, it's
that
not.
Unsportsmanlike contact was on Cabrillo. So now, I don't know the average field position for football tonight, but I can guarantee you it's somewhere in that midfield area. They have had golden opportunities and nuggets all night long. First and 10 from Foothill, near hash mark from midfield. Up back off the right side of the offensive line, rather, in this pistol set for Antonio Gonzalez. Frazier's in the backfield alongside him. Motioning the tight end, Daniel Gregg, trying to check the coverage there. Reverses the field on the jump cut out to the 45. Gets the sideline. Can he get the angle? Halfway got the angle inside of the 30. And two very late flags came in at the end of the play. Frazier, man.
Great run.
Yeah,
Way to
Look
go
at
the
this.
other way.
Right there, he didn't like what he saw, tried to use the speed, the athleticism. And I think it'll probably be a late block at the end of the play that might move Foothill back. These backs, man, they're living up to everything that we thought they could be.
They are. That was a good move by Frazier. Did the little excuse me as he squeezed right by and turned upfield for a few extra yards.
Special teams coordinator and running back coach Trevor Prout. He's been the money man in this game. It's been special teams and running plays, right?
Yeah, that's I guess all you need tonight.
In a game that you have 2 pick sixes too.
Right. It's an all-around good game. Really, the only thing that was kind of lacking for Foothill this game is the passing game, at least the long ball.
So that'll be a number 12 called at the end of the play, Jaquan Brackenridge. Holding, and then I'm moving back.
It's tough. That'll negate a good run. Or at least some of it.
Exactly. It was called from the spot of the foul, so the ball will be marked down at the 45. So let's go to a 5-yard pickup. And you don't lose it down either. Like, I thought you were supposed to lose the down in this situation. Hey, instead, it's going to be 1st and 5 from the 45-yard line of the Seahawks. Motioning the tight end, sprints out to his right-hand side. Gonzalez eyes down the field, has a wide-open man at the 32, breaks one tackle at the 30. Top the numbers, and he hit the turf monster.
Oh, the turf monster.
The good old turf monster gets everybody time to time, but he drops down at the 19 or the 18-yard line after the reception. Just pitch and catch, finding the soft spot in the zones, and Jaquan Brackenridge, a big pickup on the play.
Yeah, he knew it too. You could tell when he got up, he wanted 6, and he could have had it. But look, it gets to everyone.
Yeah, the last 2 plays, man. Jaquan Brackenridge had reservations, but he just didn't show up in time. Official timeout on the field for an injury. We'll take this one too. 47-14 is the score. Foothill leading the charge here in the 4th quarter on NorCal Sports TV.
Yeah, from Los Angeles. We just heard that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%. And we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how...
Reminiscing about my glory days here between the timeouts, it looked like I can't quite get a number on the man that was taken off the field there, but probable Charlie horse. Those things hurt a lot. Stretch over to the left-hand side here. That's Gabriel Herrera. Herrera squeezes his way forward. Gain of 8, but another flag coming from the back judge.
Flag is down.
Foothill knows what to do here. They're just running this ball into oblivion, but a flag on the play and another man down, and that's Braden DeCousin. He has been great tonight for the Seahawks.
He has. He had a big pick earlier.
Yeah, that pick that set up the score that made it a one-possession game. But since then, not really much to go.
Still got to work out this flag, too.
Yeah. $15 was the previous player down on the play. And that was Braden Arnold, the defensive back for Cabrillo. And now this time 33's down. And Josh, let's talk about some of the action that's gone on in the second half. So like we said, it was a 17-14 game. Foothill had the lead, but the momentum was swinging the way at Cabrillo. But since then, man, what are some of these adjustments you've been seeing from Foothill that's really led this just brilliant storm back?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing, I think, is the penalties.
Yeah.
They cleaned it up. And once they got that figured out, they were able to keep driving. They just hand the ball off. These backs are almost unstoppable. They were using the run effectively in the early part of the first half. They kind of went away from it. There were some bad throws, a lot of penalties, and then they just said, you know, we're gonna stop doing that. We're gonna stop taking chances, I guess. And they went with what works, and it's dominating.
Yeah, dominating is the word. If you think about it, you want to run the ball. That's your identity. You're one of the best rushing teams in the nation for Foothill in terms of rushing, middle of the pack in terms of passing. But when you get behind the chains and you do have to pass it and you're forced to pass it rather than have the luxury of changing things up, that's when you get in trouble. So first down and 15, Herrera, handoff along the right side of the line. Shidney's his way forward for a gain of, let's call it 4 in the play. It looks like Herrera might be the man to close this one out. A nice tackle, shedding that block by Abraham Ramirez. The linebacker play has been good for this Cabrillo team. We're talking about how the running backs have been unstoppable, but it's just been big lanes inside. The running backs are the linebackers for Cabrillo. If they're in the vicinity to make the tackle, they've been making them.
Yeah, they have.
3 receivers out to the near side. It's going to be a quick pass into the flats. Caught at the 25-yard line, trying to make his way to the sideline. Spun down inside of the 20-yard line. And it's Andre Jackson on the reception here. I like this play over here. Just a nice little bubble screen. Abuse the matchup. Get a nice chunk of yardage and try to make it third and manageable. And more than anything, the clock inside of 4 minutes now.
Gain of 6 yards, 3rd down and 11.
Gain of 6 makes it a 3rd down and 11. Foothill with their sophomore quarterback leading the charge, Antonio Gonzalez. Motioning the up back to check for that man-to-man coverage once again. Daniel Gregg, essentially just an extra offensive lineman as he gets the block along the right-hand side. Oh, Jaden Frazier.
Got a great block on the edge.
That was a beautiful job by Daniel Gregg. Look at that. Pushes on the outside, lines up, seals the edge.
Seals
and
it.
I love that.
An escalator, really, just a free pass.
Daryl Williams was the man that was blocked on the play. And wow, that is like a good job running by Frazier, of course, but more than anything, Daniel Gregg set that play.
Look, it's running is an easy thing to do when there's no one in front of you.
3 minutes counting down here. 1st and goal for the Foothill Owls from the 9-yard line. Up back off the right-hand side. It's going to be another handoff to Herrera. Herrera just runs into the guard in the tackle hole.
Foothill got up to the line really quick.
Yeah, they definitely did. They sprinted to the line and snapped it immediately. Man, a chop block on the play. I think that's what I heard at least. I guess they weren't able to move the chains last time around. He got right to the sticks, and instead they were able to pick up the 1st down with Herrera there. So confusion across the board here, but with 12-17 counting down, it's going to be 1st down and goal from the 6-yard line. Yeah, I don't know what that commotion was all about, but it's going to be a shotgun spread here. Motioning the running back into the backfield. It's another toss play, the same one that Brackenridge got last time, but now this time, diving for the pylon.
No.
Is he in? No, he's short.
Another one.
That was Nick Ladisama. And that's his first carry of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Man, I like this play call attempt, though. It just gives you a built-in toss play.
Yeah, he might have made that. It's close.
Yeah, that is really close, but unfortunately no replay here in junior college football.
Yeah,
I think he did get that one. Oh, let's see if they can cap it off with the score here.
You got to give it back to him.
Give it to your running back on a fly sweep at the 1 yard line. No, you give it to Jaden Frazier, and Jaden Frazier submarines his way into the end zone. Touchdown Foothill. 1 yard rushing attempt, and with 1:09 on the clock, it's 53-14. No, it looks like Frazier's down. Oh, heartbreaking here.
This is tough, especially with the game going the way it is. You don't want to.
He had plenty of space, and he just took the contact shoulder to the head at the end of the play. And as he's down, we'll take a break with him. Pending the PAT, timeout on the field. We hope Frazier is able to get up on his own power at the end of this one, but 53-14 is the score on NorCal Sports TV. Hitting the points on the board and able to leave on his own power. That's great to see there. So, after the 1 yard rushing touchdown by Jaden Frazier, we'll see the PAT attempt from Ty Goldsberry. Snap is down, kick is up, a flag comes in, man. Time after time, we're just seeing way too much yellow on the field tonight. The PAT is good, but we'll see what the call is.
It looks like it's going to be declined, so it might be on Cabrillo.
And so they'll likely be on Cabrillo, but let's take you about some other action in 3C2A. So Friday night, DVC upset Reed College at home. That was 28-25 as the score there. Laney Eagles taking down Contra Costa College. Laney improves to 4-0. Contra Costa to 0-3, 21-7 is that score. And some of the action tonight, COS goes out to Shasta, and they absolutely got destroyed. 51-14 was the score in that one. Some more action in Northern California. Sacramento City beats Siskiyou, that's 33-15. San Mateo got a close win against ARC, and that was a score of 24-14. Monterey Peninsula loses one to the Redwoods, 34-20. It's the end score. Man, Sierra, man, that big win against Reedley College. They bounce back 67-0 over San Joaquin Delta. That's a big one. San Francisco City bounces back after a tough loss last week, and they knock off Fresno City 24-6. Butte, another big win, building off their upset of San Francisco City last week, 49-14. They decimated Modesto. Let's get a few more scores before the end of this one. LMC beats San Jose City 20-17, and I just about ran out of time here. Back to the action on the field in front of us. 1:09 counting down. Kick is off right to left, and this won't be fielded in play this time. Fielded out the 16-yard line, trying to use the space along the far sideline, and despite the fact that it was returned, This one will likely start back at the 25.
That was a high kick. I lost it.
Inside of 1 minute, 59.9 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter in a game that's been second half all Foothill. Whew. Well, on a positive note for Cabrillo, it seems like they found some sort of a groove in their passing game. Magana has checked back into the game, and despite the second half jitters here, they haven't been able to do much. Magana really showed that he has the arm talent and the ability to lead this team. It's going to be another handoff. This one goes out to Valencia. Valencia finally finds a crease along the left side of that field, far side there. He's tackled after a gain of 6, and that's tackled inbounds, counting down inside of 50 here.
Now it looks like we're inside a minute here.
Jackson Benjamin, 40 seconds counting down. This might be the last snap of the game here. So 30, snap, another handoff. Valencia trying to work that far side of the field once again, but this time he's tackled and he's brought down, let's call it after a loss of 1.
Well,
so a 4 yards to the first down. And it looks like this one will come to a conclusion here.
Running game for Cabrillo.
They've been
not working as well.
Yeah, no, second half wasn't making it happen. So that's the final here at Foothill Stadium. The Owls 54, the Seahawks 14. It was a close one coming into the halftime break. A pick 6, a touchdown, and a field goal for Foothill made it a 17-point lead. And then after that, man, Cabrillo came back. They had an interception that set them up in the red zone, capped off. And then 2 rushing touchdowns off the legs of Kobe Hatton in the red zone was all that was written. From there, Foothill, another pick 6, some deep balls down the field. A huge 70-yard run from their receiving tight end in Fafita. And at the end of the day, we had a dominant performance on Foothill. They fought through adversity of flags. They had nearly 100 yards of penalty flags in the first half. And so, that'll call it quits. Josh, it's been a fun one, man.
It's been a good one. A little more exciting in the first half than was the second.
Yeah,
but
the
still
second
a
half
good
was,
game all around.
Yeah, but Cabrillo has a lot to work off of. Foothill, they're just going to keep breaking it forward. So, thank you to our camera operators tonight. You have been a wonder. Sean Wilkerson and Jason Brown. Luis Rangel has been our producer tonight. You've done an amazing job. It's been a pleasure working with you. And so, for Josh Glatt and myself, Max Agrest, this has been a NorCal Sports TV production here. And until next time, it's been a fun one, man.
It's been a good one.
All right. On to next week.